Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to Casselton here in Valley Process Technologies field. We can see the coaches and umpires are meeting down on the field right now. That's head coach for Kindred is Oakley Dubord. The assistant coach for Kindred is Dean Wixo. Head coach for Casselton Post 15 is Matthew Swanson, and the assistant coach is Garrett Pranty. The umpires this evening are Andrew Volk behind the plate and Quinn Irie out on the bases. And we will come back with the lineups as the PA announcer here says the announcers here locally, and then we have a beautiful rendition of the national anthem coming up, and we'll come back for the first pitch. Keep watching here on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neelsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. One who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
At Casselton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Casselton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Casselton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. Casselton Parks and Recreation provides a wide range of programs, activities, and community events throughout the year. From parks, facilities, shelters, and outdoor spaces, they're perfect for gatherings, recreation, and enjoying a peaceful break in nature. Enjoy Cottonwood Golf Course for a fun and challenging round of golf for every skill level. To book a tee time or to find out more about Casselton Parks and Recreation, go online to CasseltonParks.com. That's CasseltonParks.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Welcome back, and we are ready for the first pitch here between in this Junior Legion matchup here between two rivals, I guess you'd say, from Kindred coming up the highway and interstate here over to Casselton at Valley Process Technology Field here in Casselton. We'll get to the lineups here in the near future, but what's starting off now is the shortstop, Cade Westby, number 12. On the mound for Casselton is Cole Boer, and behind the plate is Jonah Thulkus. As we look around the infield, at third base is Sam Fletchak. Shortstop is Will Everson. Second base is Nick Belter. At first base is Jarrah Stahl, who just made the catch there. Out in left field is Hunter Hagness. Center field is Jackson Deutsch. And in right field is Caden Barstead. Now this is number 11, the center fielder, Jack Savageau, coming up to the bat here. Cale Lewis is the caller man tonight. Cale, what are you looking for in this game?
I usually have a big three with when I go through this, and I'd say our big three tonight for the post 15 would be your Jackson, Jonas, and probably Cole Boer. And you throw Jarrah Stahl in there, so you call him Big Four, I would say. But Deutsch.
Nice hit there by Savageau as Stone comes up to the plate. Yeah, keep going.
And Deutsch, I think, figures to be a starter at the next level with the haymakers. So, and along with Jonah Thulkus, the catcher, who's always exciting to watch. I think if these guys set the tone, I think at your top 3 or 4 hitters got to set the tone. If Cole pitches well, which I know he will. Then I think that post 15 has a great shot.
Yeah, Cole's had a really good year all across the board, and really pitching has done a marvelous job so far this year. So I always feel confident when he's on the bump for you. And so start off with a hit there by Savageau after the first out, and here comes Derek. Here's Derek Stone, the catcher. Oh, look out. Yeah, some of these guys had to play double duty today because the teams are getting a little thin here and with some illnesses and different things like that. So there's an afternoon game today at Stargon Field that a couple of the guys played in. Luckily a win for Casselton there. The pitcher here, Cole Boer, actually got a start at shortstop today due to some folks being gone and really due to him, looking really good this year and having that opportunity. Carver Kaselski was on the mound, and Jack Everson was gone for a little bit there, so fun to see that. And Jackson Deutsch getting a lot of time in right field for the top team, and doesn't really get at bats. Heads up, Cole. Doesn't really get a lot of at bats for that team, or if any. So that's why it allows him to still be on this team as well. Here comes the first baseman, Trey Teberg, there after the walk, and guys on first and second. Really nice to have this level of ball here. Both these teams keep their 15-year-olds in Babe Ruth. So these are mostly 16-year-olds and a little bit of 17-year-olds on both teams. Nice to have this division, isn't it, Cale?
Absolutely. And we've talked about this. I don't know if ad nauseum is the word that probably best describes it, but I'd say that this is a team, this is an outfit right here that definitely benefits everybody involved. It helps our haymakers, it helps the incoming 15s and or 16s technically, and then if there's any 17s or 18s or whatever that don't quite fit the bill for the haymakers, and they get some innings down here, which we love to see it, and get those kids a chance to play some ball as well.
Yeah, great development. Not only in practice but also in the games here. All these kids get quite a bit of playing time. If they're not playing the first game, they're playing the second game. But there's really a high percentage of them that are playing both games. Nice strikeout there by Boer to end the inning, and that was Teague Erdman, the pitcher for tonight. So we'll get a chance to see him on the mound here in a minute. Keep watching here as we go to the bottom of the first on yourliveevent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search Your Live Event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
Welcome back here in this game in Casselton between two Junior Legion teams, between Kindred and Casselton. We'll go through the lineup here for Kindred 117. Shortstop is Cade Westby. Center fielder is Jack Savageau. Catcher is Derek Stone. First baseman is Trey Teberg. The pitcher is Teague Erdman, that we can see out there on the mound right now. Left fielder is Henry Kuznia. Designated hitter is Jacob Pearson. Second baseman Jacob Lindemann. Third baseman Brock Wagner. And the right fielder is Isaac Johnson. The reserves are number 10, Devin Gray. Number 1, Logan Jordheim. Number 28, Caleb Neer. And number 15, Asher Swinson. So once again there you'll see the battery is the pitcher Teague Erdman and the catcher Derek Stone. Your lineup for post 15 is center fielder Jackson Deutsch is leading off, followed by catcher Jonah Tholkus. First baseman Jarrah Stahl. The pitcher is Cole Boer. Right fielder is Caden Barstead. Third baseman Sam Fletchock. Second baseman Nick Belter. Shortstop Will Everson. And the left fielder Hunter Hagness. The reserves this evening for post 15 are number 10 Wesley Overland and number 14 Caden Thompson. And post 15 is coached by Matthew Swanson and Garrett Pranty. And Kindred 117 is coached by Oakley DeBoard and Dean Wixo. And here comes the leadoff hitter in Jackson Deutsch. As you mentioned, Cale, Jackson's gotten some time up in right field for the Haymakers. What have you seen there from him on the defensive side of the ball?
He is a take charge guy. Even at that level, he's a 16 that didn't start off necessarily with the Haymakers, but he has come up and he has been a difference maker in right field. Doesn't get the at bats. He gets DH for which I think is just fine. At some point, I think they'll let him hit, but we needed a cornerstone for that right field spot, and he has been an absolute gem out there. He's a take charge kind of guy, and he does the same here.
Yeah, you can see it's been a while for Coach, or it's been a work in process, I should say, for Coach Shear and Coach Coppervig and Coach Holm for the Haymakers. They're kind of finding that lineup that they like, and they've really settled on an outfield with Ryan Osmondstead in left and Lucas in center, and Lucas Christensen in center, I should say, and Jackson Deutsch in right. And that's really, you could argue those are the three best outfielders in the whole system right now.
I would agree with that, yep.
Fly out there by Deutsch, and here comes Jonah Tholkus. been hitting well here of late, and really just a good hitter in general, and something to really watch for people that haven't watched this team much or haven't watched Jonah is his arm behind the plate. We always kind of refer to you, Kale, as a catcher snob or a catcher aficionado, and what can you say about Jonah behind the plate?
He's a wall. I don't know if there's enough good adjectives to describe Jonah. I feel like Casselton is set up quite well for the next 5 to 6 to 7 years at that position. With Grayson, obviously, rounding out his career here, and then you got Grady Mueller, who is an absolute stud, and then Jonah, who is also an absolute stud, and then you got Jack Meyer after that, who is also an absolute stud.
Yeah.
And then, it's really, he's really a dynamic kind of player. You don't see a lot of Jonah's around. Quick pop. He's got a cannon, to say the very least. But I think he's going to make one hell of a catcher.
Yeah, he's going to throw out a high percentage of people. That's definitely what probably stands out the most right now. Here comes Jarrus Stahl, first baseman, who caught the pop up there in the first inning. Had a couple really hard hits last night. Drove one to the gap in left center, and looking for big things out of him. Another 16-year-old that I think everybody within the program is really high on and excited about. Pulls one down the line, fall there.
Jarrus is one of those kids that just does nothing but give 110% every time he does something. So whether it's football, baseball, crochet, whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
And he got kind of dinged up early.
Into that one.
Yeah, he did. He got dinged up early in the football season last year, and really hasn't been himself, since then. I anticipate that will change for football season here coming up soon. But at any rate, he has powered through. You really wouldn't know that he's hurt if you didn't know.
Yeah, Jack Savageau with a really nice catch out there in center made that look easier than it was. Caden Thompson in to run at first base. Good wheels. And Cole Boer, who we talked a lot about and we're excited about, coming to the plate. He's pitching this evening. Has a really good year at shortstop as well. And really, they got him in the 4 spot here hitting, and you could argue he's as good a hitter on this team as there is.
Yeah, patient, calm, doesn't get too excited or too low. He's just kind of even keel. I think that's what makes him such a good basketball player as well. He's just he likes the pressure, I believe. Just at least you'd never know if he didn't.
Yeah, there you go. Good, nice play.
That's good play by Erdman.
Really nice play there by Erdman, hopping off the mound and getting the out, and good hustle by Boer getting down the line. But with that, the score does remain 0-0, and we'll move on to the second inning. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Yep. Welcome back here. The top of the second inning, as both teams good pitching and defense here to start the game out, and really some hard hits and everything. But that's kind of what you expect here. You expect both defenses and both pitching staffs to make the other team earn it here in this rivalry, and it hasn't disappointed here in the first inning. So
Yeah.
I understand you have an update from down in Kindred. Black Stockings, the 15-year-old teams are playing each other. How does that look so far?
Well, depends on who you're a fan of. If you're a Black Stockings fan, then you will be a little bit disappointed at this point. At the end of one inning, it's Kindred 4 and the Black Stockings 0. So we'll try to keep people up to date as much as we can on that. If there's a score or whatever change, and we'll update as much as we can.
Yeah, leading off here for Kindred is the left fielder Henry Kuznia. And he strokes one down the left field line, and that's just barely fair. These super white color lines do help the umps out, and nice call there by Andrew Volk, who's behind home plate. And once again, Quinn Irie is on the bases. Great hit by Kuznia, and Kindred couldn't have asked for a much better start to the top of the second inning.
No, he came out swinging, and he put one right, pulled one nice. And you could tell you what, you could see that, the rubber clippings right on that chalk line, so to speak. It was a shot.
Jacob Pearson, designated hitter, comes to the plate as we're sitting with no outs and a runner in second base. Will Everson playing shortstop there, kind of playing a little cat and mouse with Kuznia there at second. And Nick Belter coming over from second base, doing a little of the same. Looks like Jonah and Cole are probably going to need to make sure they're on the same page from a sign perspective, as it looks like Kuznia is trying to give a little help here to Pearson. Ground ball just fall on the third base side. Sam Fletchak with good hop over there. Right between him and Coach DeBoard for Kindred. Oakley DeBoard, a really good, really fine player for Kindred back in the day, and went on to play for the Wildcats down in Wahpeton. Speaking of catchers, and really good catchers, he was one for Kindred. That was close, really close play. Keeping Kuznia on his toes. That's a good way to have him maybe stop looking in at the signs a little bit, is keep him on his toes, right? Not a bad way to do it.
No, that's he's probably thinking, maybe I should pay attention to what I'm doing. And for those that are wondering, it's not illegal to do that.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. That's why a lot of times when you see guys in second base, you'll see the pitcher and catcher get together and make sure that they have a good, coded system that that's a little harder for the runner to keep up on.
Not a horrible at bat. Not a horrible. Obviously, you don't want to. From a pitch standpoint, you probably don't want to walk him. But to me, that honestly is not a horrible thing, because now you put the forces on. There's a force at every base now, except for home, obviously. But not a horrible idea. Not a horrible thing. He might be out there. Yeah,
he got him.
He got caught one too many times going to the well.
Yeah. Not a bad idea there. I remember back in the old Legion days, our coach Tyler Schleck back in the day, who lives down in Enderlin these days, and is from Enderlin. He would have signs where if we knew that the runners were looking there, he would have some kind of thing where the catcher continues their signs, and while they're doing that, that's when the shortstop or second baseman sneaks in. I wonder if Coach Swanson maybe had something similar on.
I tell you what, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen Tyler Schleck play, but boy, that guy could really play ball. He was a player and a half.
He was a stud all the way across the board on baseball and football for Valley City State, and really a heck of a coach. I look back to that team. There's a lot of people from that team still involved in baseball, and give a lot of kudos to Coach Schleck.
Absolutely.
For that, and made it fun. And I remember him showing up and saying, "Hey, I don't know about the rest of you, but for me, the summer's for baseball, so we're going to play a lot of games," and we did, and it was a lot of fun. We're super grateful to him.
Enderlin is historically, been one of those kind of towns where it's been, baseball, and I think that that goes back to Coach Schlecht and Coach Bratland. Those guys eat, breathe, and sleep that stuff. So. And they're getting it back. It's been a little bit, but I think Coach Bratland's kind of getting it back here.
Yeah, Pat Adair, who's an Enderlin alum and now one of the administrators. I'm not sure if he's AD or what exactly he is down in Lisbon, but they got him coaching 14-year-olds for for Enderlin this summer, and he got a chance to coach against his son, who's coaching as assistant coach for the Lisbon Babe Ruth team and plays on the Lisbon Legion team. So, yeah, it's always good when good baseball people are involved. It's amazing how all of a sudden the teams end up being pretty good.
Yeah, Kondo, another good player. Speaking of which, he's trying to hit that outside pitch, and it's just not. He's kind of just not getting quite inside enough. It's kind of just outside a little bit too far.
The third baseman, Brock Wagner.
That's a great pitch there.
Yeah, you'll see that with Boer. He's definitely pitching up there. He's not just throwing. You're gonna see him move in and out and in and out.
That's gonna be foul, but let's see if Hunter can. Oh boy,
Yeah,
Hunter
that was hit well. That was hit well. Hunter made up a lot of ground, almost got that one. But to finish off on Boer, he's one of these guys that I think gets better as the game goes on, because as much as the batter's kind of trying to figure out the pitcher, he seems to be figuring out the batters and finds out where to get soft barrels, and he's fun to watch that way.
Yeah, there we go. That's a good strikeout there. It gives us a second out.
That's the third out there. Got him to chase a little
third
bit.
out. My mistake. That's right. I forgot about the pickoff.
As we move to the bottom of the second inning, keep watching here on this beautiful night at Valley Process Technologies Field and YourLiveEvent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
And we are back here in the bottom of the second inning in this Junior Legion contest, which is mostly 16-year-olds and a couple 17-year-olds for each team, I'm sure. And Caden Barstead, who's had a really fine summer, is coming up to the plate. He's done a nice job as a big lefty on the mound. Hit the ball about as hard as anybody all year, and he's really done a nice job in the outfield as well.
Yeah, he's really done a nice job all year.
He's southpaw, throws left, bats left. So you're kind of limited where you can play for guys, for most guys there. So he's either first base or outfield. He's really made a good home in the outfield, and starting a lot in right field so far. But we've really seen him go forward on balls, which you don't see a lot of. The three guys we mentioned for the Haymakers do a nice job of, but he does that as well.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. Another really little quick update is we've got a lot of teams going tonight, so I'll try to get some updates here. But the Casselton Railcats, the 14U team, is in the top of the second with a 3-2 lead over the Royals White in Grand Forks tonight.
Excellent. Yeah, it's one of those nights where every level is playing if you factor in the afternoon too. So Haymakers got the win at Post 400 in Class A division. This is, of course, the second division with Kindred and Post 15 playing each other. And then our 15-year-olds are playing against Kindred's top Babe Ruth team down in Kindred. And as you mentioned, Railcats, which is the 14-year-old team, they're playing against Grand Forks this evening. I suppose another one that's not playing tonight is the Titans, which are the 13-year-olds. They're typically a Monday and Wednesday night, but but Tuesday, Thursday is our Pee Wee and Rookies, which is 9, 10, 11, and 12s. They are almost all in Casselton tonight. There is one team, we call them the Cubs, up in Northern Cass, playing in Gardner tonight. So one of those nights where it can be a little tough to find umps and volunteers and things like that, because everybody's out watching a game. And all of your baseball people are all watching a game. So nice ground ball there by Barstead. We've seen a lot of that this year from him, haven't we?
Yeah, he's one of those kids that, being a left-handed hitter, those ground balls that get to the right field, he's got to hustle the first no matter what, because if he doesn't, he's going to get thrown out. So, but it's a good habit to learn at any rate.
So speaking of left-handed hitters that seem to be trending in a really good direction, Sam Fletchock steps to the plate here. He's also been playing a really nice third base here. He started the year at second, has gotten some time in the outfield, and seems to be playing most often at third base here lately. Pitches pitches quite a bit, and also his bat has really come around. So fun to watch all the way around. In the booth this evening, as we mentioned, Cale Lewis is the color man. I'm Brent Everson on play-by-play. Brady Peterson is doing the PA, and he's really helped us out a lot here, doing a lot of different things for us between play-by-play and color and announcing, whether that's here or whether that's over on Cost Field. So super grateful for him. A nice hard hit there once again, and as you mentioned, when you're hitting to the right side, he's better hustle down. And there we go. We got guys on first and second, no outs, and post 15 really have something going here, don't they, Cale?
Yeah, we got now, you know, with the first two guys getting hits here, I mean, that's really what you like to see, setting the table for the 7, 8, 9 guys, and then hopefully we can keep that moving and get to the top that way.
Nick Belter squares around and looking to bunt, but that ball's low, so takes the pitch. We'll see if Coach Swanson asks him to do the same thing here again. Not a bad idea in a 0-0 game as you're trying to strike first blood here. See if we can get a couple runners in scoring position. Oh, that was at first, Erdman looked at third, thought he might be able to get him, and probably would have been a close play, but probably a wise move to come back to first and get the out. So now we have one out, guys on second and third, with Will Everson coming to the plate. Will playing shortstop tonight. Hard swing at the inside pitch. As Barsted's at third and Fletchhawk's at second. It's been an active week here as T-ball and squirts parents night this week with our 5 and 6 year olds are T-ball and 7 and 8 year olds are squirts, and they get the announcing and music and get to play on the turf and get to do all that fun stuff over on Cost Field. We're really appreciative of our announcers. Nick Voss did the squirts variety while Coach Tommy Butler did the T-ball, and good atmosphere and lots of laughs and a lot of fun had by all. We're really appreciative of those wonderful volunteers that we have.
Yeah, those kids are not going to get those days back, and parents, but I can tell you right now, they're going to remember it.
No question. No question. A lot of fun. It's always amazing, all the folks that are willing to give up lots of days and nights and weekends and all that stuff to just kind of for the good of the whole, and so we're appreciative of guys like Nick and Tommy doing that.
Betcha.
And there Will goes down on strikes. That's the second out as Hunter Hagness comes up. So things are looking really good there for Casselton post 15, and now Erdman and Kindred are just an out of way of getting out of here unscathed, so we'll see how the rest of this goes. Hagness, kind of more of a pole hitter. He's hit a bunch of balls hard to left this year. A lot of speed. So if he does hit it on the ground on the left side, it can be tough to pull him or to throw him out. There's a really nice play by Westby at short. He's a really slick fielding shortstop over there. Fun to watch. Keep watching here on yourliveevent.com as we move on to the top of the third inning. Keep watching on yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Welcome back here to the third inning as Cole Boer heads back to the mound to continue his work. And the leadoff hitter for Kindred is going to be leading off this inning, and Cade Westby just made the really nice play at shortstop. Last time we got the opportunity to watch him, we sent a message down to his dad, Andy Westby, and said, boy, that kid is a slick fielding shortstop. He said, that's actually not his natural position. So good to hear it. But, boy, it sure looks like it's his natural position. Does a nice job out there. It really is, as you watch these guys, it's there's a lot of talent. It's not like these guys are lesser players or don't have plans for them in the future. They're really just younger, and they're going to be the stars here in the next couple of years.
Yep.
Like you talked about earlier, some of them might end up being the stars before the year's out. And when we say that, we mean at the top level. They're really pushing hard, and that's really a healthy thing.
That's I think this is encouraging to get some healthy competition, for the top team. We want to get as many good players at the top as you can. Just keep siphoning it up, all the way through.
Now batting center fielder Jack Savageau for Kindred, big lefty. As Cole tries a pickoff over at first there. Oh, Jonah will do that. You better keep your head on a swivel when Jonah's back there. He loves to use that big tool that he has with that arm. And nice job by Jarris getting away from it, and also nice job by Westby getting back to first base. So I see down there by the first base dugout Carter Schultz having a popcorn and enjoying the game. Carter was, he's one of the local Legionnaires. He was part of the honor guard the other night when we celebrated America's 250th. And we love the support of the local Legion club that does so much for the Legion program, both teams here. That ball is hit hard to right. And now it's Kindred that has something brewing with nobody out and two guys on.
Next up for Kindred is number 0, Derek Stone.
Here comes Derek Stone, the catcher. See how when you got your first two guys on and your 3-hitter up and no outs, you really got to feel good about things. We'll see if Cole Boer can do a Houdini act much like the Kindred team did there. Here we got a ground ball to short. That could help.
Yeah, that doesn't look good.
No, got the first out. Got the first out, and looks like Westby is able to score on the attempted double play. And the ball got past first, which allows Stone to get up to second base. So now you got one out. Trey Teberg, the first baseman, steps in.
Looked like Nick Belter was rubbing his arm there a little bit. I don't know if that's something that maybe he's just discussed it with himself, or I'm guessing that's what it is, because knowing Nick a little bit, he's, he works hard at his things. So I think maybe he was like, Kyle, dang it, I could wish I could have that one back. So that's more than likely what it was.
Yeah, Nick, one of these guys who had shoulder issues this spring, and we kind of thought we wouldn't be able to have him this summer. So then when you see him holding on to that arm this summer, it makes you a little bit nervous that that's creeping back in. Having a bad shoulder on your throwing arm is not a recipe for things feeling that great for the summer. So here comes the pitcher, T. Girdman. As so far, Kindred's been able to break through here with one run. They do have a runner in scoring position with the talented Erdman at the plate. Both teams probably feel good about where they're at. With Casselton, of course, you have Boer on the mound with a good defense behind him. And Kindred, you got a runner in scoring position with a powerful Erdman up.
It's a good pitch.
Very good. Very good. Pretty nice night here, isn't it, Cale?
It's absolutely gorgeous. I can't. It's gorgeous. Not a lot of places I'd rather be right now.
No, that's true.
Oh,
Ooh, almost
got it.
That ball just got over him. Over Sam Fletchak there, his extended arm. And that will bring Kindred to a 2-0 lead here early in the game.
To another score for Kindred. Next up is number 33, Henry Kuzina.
So now you have 2 outs with Henry Kuznia up to bat. Runner on first base. Ball out to Caden. Caden Barstead looks comfortable on that and catches it, but not without harm here. The Kindred post 117 does score a couple runs here, so as we move to the bottom of the 3rd inning, Kindred leads 2-0. Keep watching on yourliveevent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Welcome back here to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Kindred leading 2-0. Well, nice can of corn out there for Caden Barstead to end that inning. Caden made that one look pretty easy as Erdman strolls back to the mound. Do you have any update on the different scores, Cale?
Currently, the Black Stockings, the 15U team, it's loading here, but I think it's still 4-0, but loading pretty slow.
Okay. Max Gavervig is the head coach for Casselton, and Eli Boer, Cole's brother, is the assistant coach.
Yeah, still remains 4-0.
Okay.
And then an update on the Railcats and the Royals team in Grand Forks, 7-2. The Railcats have upped their lead to 7-2.
Okay.
In the middle of the 2nd.
Nick Eggman is the head coach for Kindred's top Babe Ruth team. That's playing the Black Stockings tonight. They have their district tournament starting next week. Kindred is hosting. There will be some first round or play-in games. I'm not really sure which one that is, but that's on Monday night where the top seeds will play some home games on Monday night, and then Tuesday it starts down in Kindred. So always good when Kindred hosts. They do a nice job down there. Here comes Jackson Deutsch leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning right after Kindred got their lead. So they have the top of the order here with the center fielder Deutsch. Thanks for the updates, Cale.
Most definitely.
That's ripped to right center by Deutsch. He's going to be running here for a while. At the very least, he's going to get 2 out of this, and he will stop there.
Next up is number 4, Jonah Fulkus.
And here comes Jonah Fulkus to the plate. No outs, and Deutsch on second.
Yeah, that was a good way to get the inning started for Deutsch there. Now we have now we got a runner in scoring position for Jonah. See what he can do here. Got on with a walk last time, so I'm guessing he's going to be looking to change that up a little bit.
The ball gets passed here. A little bit like the last half inning for Kindred when they had their top of the order to start the inning, and got the first 2 guys on and then caused a little bit of damage here. So same thing with post 15. You got your top of the order up. Jackson starts out with a strong hit over the second baseman's head into the gap for a double. And now Thokus coming to the plate here. So we've seen some good left-handed catchers.
I was just going to comment on
Isn't
that.
funny? In Casselton, and now we have Stone, who's a left-hander back there for Kindred.
Looks pretty good doing it.
Looked like a nice block by him. As we look out to the banners and the different state championships that have been won between the Squirrels as well as the Legion, really the one out there for the Squirrels and the last one for the Legion, those are two different left-handed catchers. Cam Parker for the Legion squad in 2022 and Ellery Bresnahan for the high school squad in 2013. He was pretty good, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'd say average to above.
All right, here comes with 0 outs. Here comes Jarrett Stahl. So now it's feeling very much like the last half inning. We'll see if Coach Swanson finds a way to get Jonah over to second base without any outs here.
Thing you like to do on this is try to not have to sacrifice an out to get him to second.
Yeah, no question. Looks like they did have him on the move. Jarrett liked that pitch a little too much, so he swung.
And I'll say the downside of that, if there is one, is that now they kind of know that he's going to probably try to steal. So now Erdman's going to probably try to keep an eye on him a little bit closer. But we'll see here.
Yeah, they did get him. We were talking last night that you don't see that very often, but they did let the ball go through. And big out there for Kindred.
Got a good jump and all that, but I tell you what, everything else for Kindred was set up pretty nicely. The pitch was good. Caught it great. Nice little hop. His catcher's he's got a good
looks
frame
good back
on
there.
him.
Looks good, doesn't he?
He does look good.
And that throwdown, that will send some shockwaves through Casselton and Coach Swanson as they're thinking about what to do when they get guys in first base. Big strikeout for the second out of the inning. So Erdman once again is 1 out away from getting out of this tough spot with little to no damage. So let's see how this goes with the talented Boer at the plate.
Just not 3 minutes ago, Casselton had guy in first and third, no outs. Now we have a guy on third with 2. So
yeah,
that's how quickly baseball can change.
No question. No question. You just keep on going forward and making the plays you should, and it's amazing how it works. Good aggressive play by Kindred, throwing the guy out at second.
Nice play over there.
Yeah. The first baseman Teberg sits on that one and gets the last out of the inning, and it will continue to be 2-0 Kindred as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Casselton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Casselton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Casselton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Welcome back here. Top of the 4th inning as Kindred comes to the plate here. Cole Boer still working on the mound. As Andrew Volk makes his way back to behind home plate, and Jackson Deutsch makes his way out to the center field. Assistant coach Garrett Pranti warming Boer up. Yeah, we're kind of thinking this will be a 7 and a 5 tonight because these two teams have played each other already. We'll see if they play 7 innings in the first game and 5 in the second, or if it is 2 sevens, but kind of have a feeling it's 7 and a 5. That'll be the same down in Kindred tonight. That should be a 7 and a 5 between the Casselton Black Stockings and the Kindred Babe Ruth team.
Yeah, it looks like they have played already once back on June the 25th. with a split there as well.
Split there, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've, I'd say both teams, considering it's only 2-0, both teams have really knocked on the door a lot during this short game so far. We'll see if Kindred continues to do so here with designated hitter Jacob Pearson leading off. That's the 7th, 8th, and 9th batter for Kindred this inning. Right around that inside corner, just a little inside there in the first pitch. Yeah, we talked about the left-handed catchers, and we talked about Ellery Bresnahan and how good he was back in 2013. We also talked a little bit about Cam Parker and how good he was in 2022. He just got a new job. Going to be one of the assistants for a Division I junior college team down in Texas. Nice little promotion for him. He was an assistant coach for North Dakota State School of Science the last couple years after a playing career there. Nice hit there by Pearson to start off the half inning for Kindred, and here comes Jacob Lindemann with a runner on first, no outs.
Yeah, Cam is he's made it pretty well known that this is what he wants to spend his time doing, and more power to him. You know, we need. It's always nice to have hardworking people come from your lineage or whatever you want to call that, but always be a squirrel, and he'll always be a haymaker.
Yeah, no question. He, always willing to give back too. He came back and did some recruiting and some catching help for the team. We usually do an annual recruiting clinic, and this year he presented it, did a really nice job. Has a lot of, nice to have a hometown kid that has a lot of vested interest in these boys. Tell them what it's like on the other side. Tell them what the coaches are looking for, what the colleges are looking for, and how to get your name out there. So really had some helpful things, and then spent some time with all those talented catchers that you talked about, and had a chance to let him know and really offer his services going forward. So we're really appreciative of Cam. This summer he is coaching a collegiate team. This is the second summer in a row that he's coached a collegiate team down in, or a summer collegiate team down in Kansas, and the second summer in a row that he's had Casselton kids playing for him. Last summer it was his brother Jackson. This summer it's Logan Broughton and Carter Majo. Both going to play some for him. Majo has already played some, and Logan will be heading down there later in the summer. Next week, I believe. There's a ground ball to Everson. And recorded the second out. As we remain with a runner on first. Here comes Cade Westby, the top of the order for Kindred. Quick 2 outs here for Boer. Anything standing out to you here so far in this game, Cale?
Not really. It's been a I don't know how to I hate to say this, but it's been kind of a boring game, but good game. If you want to, I don't know how to decipher the difference between the two, but it's not been. It's just great plays, or just. I mean, it's all been pretty basic plays, but their guys are making the good plays, making them look easy. But we've also had our share of hits here again, but with pretty simple 2-0, nothing real flashy, but pretty solid pitching on both sides, good defense on both sides. So this should, I got a feeling this one's going to be quick.
Yeah, not a lot of difference really between the two teams other than Kindred coming through with a couple timely hits, I would say, so far. Maybe a couple plays that Casselton has left out there, but for the most part, like you say, it's been really clean, and both pitchers doing a really nice job.
I think that's really what it comes down to in baseball is when you get your hits. If it's close, timely hits are important. Timely hits are always important, but when it's close, it's really imperative that
He's
got
got
him there.
it. Yeah, he had a. Ooh, that was a close one.
He
That was
slid
close.
around.
Nice call there by Quinn Irie there on the bases. We're super grateful for our umpires that we have here, and he was right in the perfect position there. And like you say, I think it looked like one of those kind of swimming slides around the tag there.
He definitely he tagged it, or he got back in and about as good as you could get in. Just a little bit. He avoided it just enough.
Yeah, nice job by Jonah. Nice job by Jarris there, but even better slide probably. Ooh, nice attempt there by Deutsch. Really laid out there, giving up his body for that one, but did not get the out here. But so far no runs here as the second batter and center fielder Jack Savageau comes to the plate as Westby gets on with that pop fly single right past second base, right in the Bermuda Triangle between Deutsch and Barstead and Belter. Slight breeze left to right on your stream. Probably about a perfect night for playing, I would think.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that out there right now. Flags are barely just lifted.
There's a foul ball. And a reminder that Xcel Energy always sponsors those foul balls. Tonight's game is brought to you by Xcel Energy, proudly powering communities like Casselton and all across North Dakota. Cole doing a nice job of keeping Westby honest over there at first base. Well, they like that move too, don't they? There, they got him there. They're keeping Quinn Irie busy on the bases. Jonas Hokus with a nice pick there as we move to the bottom of the fourth inning. The score is still 2-0. Kindred over Casselton. Keep watching on yourliveevent.com.
Casselton Parks and Recreation provides a wide range of programs, activities, and community events throughout the year. From parks, facilities, shelters, and outdoor spaces, they're perfect for gatherings, recreation, and enjoying a peaceful break in nature. Enjoy Cottonwood Golf Course for a fun and challenging round of golf for every skill level. To book a tee time or to find out more about Casselton Parks and Recreation, go online to CasseltonParks.com. That's CasseltonParks.com.
Got caught snoozing that time.
We're back here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Yeah, nice pickoff there. You know, it's interesting at this level because when you have guys at first and third, the offense is really in an advantage because so many times you can get that guy from first to second. We saw Stone throw out Thokus earlier at second trying to steal, so they kind of had an exception there. But a lot of times you either concede that runner at this level, and especially when you get down to the Babe Ruth levels and things like that, a lot of times you concede that runner, or you go after that runner and then you end up having the guy at third score. So you can see the genius in keeping that guy at third honest, because the guy at third, you know that coach wants him to score if it gets past the pitcher too far. So nice job keeping him there, and really, boy, it's impossible to count how many pickoffs Jonah has had at this point between throwing out runners and throwing out guys getting a little too far off base.
I personally think that people underestimate it still for whatever
No
reason.
question.
I don't know why, but whatever reason.
Yeah, no question. No
But
question.
As long as he has an arm, he's going to keep throwing that.
Yeah, and you think about how important it is for your fielders to sell out and do whatever it can to stop those, because that can really be a weapon. You know, when he does a nice job of seeing the field and keeping guys honest, but all it takes is getting that out into right field or out into left field in that case, and before you know it, can cause a lot of problems. So it's fun to see the infielders do a nice job in that too.
Yep. Got a little bit of an update here. Again, Blackstockings in Kindred tonight playing the 14, 15-year-olds, and it currently is 5-0 over there in favor of the Vikings.
Wow.
And then it looks like in Grand Forks, the Railcats have upped their lead 8-2. So they are up 8-2.
Okay.
Looks like the Black Stockings are in the bottom of the 5th, and the Railcats are, let's see here, in the bottom of the 3rd. There you are.
So Caden Barstead there, grounded out for the first out of the inning. Nice play over there by the first baseman, T-Berg. Here comes Sam Fletchock, another lefty. Yeah, I believe the Railcats, so the Railcats are a 14-year-old team here from Casselton. I believe they're playing against a 13-year-old team out there in Grand Forks, which a lot of time that works really well to kind of have the bigger town be slightly younger and the older town, or the smaller town slightly older, and you're really, that's what you're looking for, is just good competitive games where both sides, have a shot at it, and so fun to see that game on the schedule tonight. Pop fly. We're appreciative of Coach Mitch Shear, who is our head haymaker coach, does a lot of the scheduling. Coach Sam Stagg also helps, each of the coaches help a little bit with their own level, so we're really appreciative of those guys. Fletchock with a ground ball to second. Nice job hustling that one out. And there we got 2 outs. As Nick Belter comes to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on.
And sometimes, and again, this is, I feel like this is something that we talk about ad nauseum, but at this level and not even at the next level, you just never know. These guys aren't professional players, so even just a little hesitation, if a guy is fast and hustling down first baseline, you just never know. It might cost you. It might be a difference in scoring a run or 2 or whatever, but I think it's imperative that we do that.
Yeah, there's no question. You think there's the one thing of, let's say it takes you 4 seconds to get to first, or let's say 5 seconds to get to first, and your average time that the fielder takes to throw it to first is, 4.5 seconds. It's like, okay, there's that. But then on the other side, the more you're hustling, the more chance that fielder is going to try to rush, and he's going to end up, bobbling it or throwing it over. And it's like, we've really seen that. You saw it today in the afternoon game with the Haymakers. They just countless times they got on at the top level of Legion because people were hustling. And when we think about that, the Haymakers have lost a lot of close games this year. And maybe the hustle hasn't always been the best, but today the hustle was great, and they won a close game. Like, go figure, right? That can happen that way. So here comes Will Everson to the plate with a guy on first base, 2 outs. A ball inside, and Will swings through it. Yeah, these pitchers have both just done a really nice job. Like you say, quick game so far.
Yeah, we're at the bottom of 4 already. It's been crazy. It doesn't even seem like it's been about, 30 minutes? Yeah. It's been a little longer than that, about an hour. But nonetheless, it's been, I think we might have started just a hair late. But
it's been an stream so far.
Yep.
Beautiful rendition of the national anthem tonight by Cassie Aker, who is a elementary music teacher here at Central Cass. Did she tell you it's her 204th time performing the national anthem?
104th.
Oh, 104th. Okay, gotcha. It's she does a wonderful job every time she's done it. It's been awesome. And they're the third out of the inning as they throw Everson out at first. And we are still at 2-0 as we head to the 5th inning. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com to see what comes next.
We strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
We are back here. Yeah, it's Cole Boer still on the mound. in the 5th inning, top of the 5th inning here. Kindred's done a really nice job of it feels like they've had us under pressure about every inning. And I shouldn't say us, I should say the Casselton under pressure every inning. And, Casselton's done some of that, but I would say Kindred's done more. Here this inning, you're going to have center fielder Jack Savageau, the second hitter, leading off. This must be his 3rd time up.
Yep, 2 for 2.
2 for 2. Hit a couple hard there between first and second. Looks like a nice, strong lefty hitting kid. Looked like I almost wonder if there's some kind of equipment thing with Jonah there. I saw him walking behind the dugout with only one shin pad on there, so I wonder if we had a little bit of an equipment malfunction or something there. Maybe that was a little bit of the weight there. It's fun to think with these kids, and this is kind of the thing when we switched it to 14 and 15 instead of being together, kind of splitting up. Think of how many games Cole has pitched to Jonah at this point at each level,
Yeah.
That can't hurt.
Nope, definitely cannot hurt. I assume they don't get crossed up much. That's kind of the big thing.
Yeah, just kind of knowing where, Cole knows when to trust Jonah with certain things, and Jonah knows when to trust Cole with certain pitches to call and all that. Just a lot of advantages, and conceivably, they're both talented enough where they could, who knows, maybe someday Cole will be pitching to Jonah in college.
Yep.
That's about how good both of them are.
You betcha. Another really quick update here. Black Stockings against the Kindred Vikings. Kindred has taken a 6-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th. And the Railcats game, the 14U team, has taken the Royals for, I'm guessing it's Grand Forks, but they have scored 2 more runs, so it looks like it's 8-4 up there.
Okay.
At the end of 3.
Okay, Derek Stone, catcher, coming up here after the strikeout by Boer. Continues to pound the zone here. Cole's going to make you beat him. He's not going to beat himself up there on the mound. Pop fly and foul ball. Once again, Excel Energy is proud to support Casselton baseball and the community spirit that brings everyone together. Excel Energy, making energy work better.
Good pitch. Oofed.
That was
that looked good.
That was that was right around it, wasn't it? That nice little breaking pitch that some of those can be tough to call. And he just did it again, and boy, it.
That's strike 3. Next up is
That has to be defeating sometimes to try and swing at that breaking ball, and Cole's so patient with it. He just didn't get the call that was probably a little bit outside there, and he just goes right back to it and gets the swing and miss. And he pops one right in the inside, close to the inside corner. Here's first baseman Trey Teberg, the cleanup hitter. And like we say, first baseman for Kindred. Hits one hard to center field, and Deutsch will take that one on one hop. As the pitcher, T. Girdman, comes to the plate with 2 outs. And the guy on first base. Yeah, who's pitching in that Blackstocking and Kindred game down in Bayreuth? I'll let you.
Well, I think Eli Halverson started.
Okay.
But let me see who's pitching now. Eli started. and then went 4, 8 hits, 6 runs, 2 earned, so that's not a good thing.
Yeah, no.
3 strikeouts, and then it looks like Keegan Broughton has now come in the 5th.
No, okay.
Top where, so we pitched 1 inning already.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm positive that's the last game for the Black Stockings, and I would guess for Kindred too, before their district tournament action comes next week. So I'm sure we'll be finding out the brackets here soon for the District 7 tournament, and the winner of that goes on to the state tournament in Watford City. Up comes left fielder Henry Kuznia, number 33. Guys on first and second, 2 outs. We'll see what Cole does here.
Currently in the Railcats game, Hayden Morgan started that game, pitched 2 2/3, and now Josh Finkston.
Another hit there, just over Everson at short.
Bases are loaded for number 14, Jacob Pearson.
Piece by piece is what they kind of call that now.
Yeah, designated hitter Jacob Pearson comes to the plate, and Coach Swanson is going to visit Boer here. We'll take that opportunity to take a quick break. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
We are back here.
Is that him there at in front of the plate there?
Yeah, Coach, we were talking a little bit about Coach Wixell here for Kindred. He coaches the first base side. We're off air there. And comical guy, providing some comic relief when we're down there getting the lineup card. Nice job by Boer right after the mound meeting. He pounds a strike into there that Pearson fouls back to the screen.
Successful mound visit then.
Absolutely. So far so good for Casselton. That breaking pitch, it has to feel like for these kids sometimes that they have a really short bat trying to hit something on the outside corner there.
Here it comes and there it goes.
A little high there. Just in the eye level. Do you ever understand that when they talk about, maybe a high pitch or something like that you're adjusting the hitter's eye level? How would you explain that, or do you have any great idea on that one?
I don't know how to. I wouldn't know how to explain. I mean, I can see it, but explaining that is another thing.
Yeah. I suppose you're looking down in a certain zone to hit, and then all of a sudden you get one up high, and they can kind of just throw you off a little bit here. But this is a big pitch here with full count, 2 outs.
Runners are there. Will go on the pitch.
Yeah, they'll be moving. There's a pop fly, but that's going to go quite a bit foul, so they're not going to have an opportunity to get that. As the runners move back there, we'll say wherever the season takes you, Bank North is here with local banking, local decisions, and a commitment to the communities they serve. Learn more at banknorth.bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. As Pearson takes the walk there for another run for Kindred, that will move this to a 3-0 game with 2 outs. And Lindemann coming to the plate here.
2 quick outs, and boy, it's been 3 straight hits and then a walk. So
yeah.
That's the case of, again, it's a baseball thing. You know, if you haven't watched a lot of baseball and you're like, what happened here? Well, that happens a lot, actually.
Yep. Cole kind of started with an inside pitch and then worked an outside one after that. Nice job by Lindemann holding on both.
Yeah, this could be Cole's last batter. He's at 99 right now.
Okay.
Lindemann is 0 for 2 tonight.
Nice hop there by both Cole and Jonah, getting after that foul ball on the third base side.
Be a big strikeout here if Cole could get it. Just with loaded bases now twice, and to only give up 1 run would be huge.
Yeah. Bases loaded, full count, 2 outs here. I think that's right. It says that up on the score. Yeah,
Yep.
there they are. They're going. Ground ball to Belter. Belter makes a nice play to first base to end the inning. Nice job by Boer there as his pitch count runs low, getting out of that inning with limited damage. But there was some damage. Now it's 3-0. Kindred. As we'll move on to the bottom of the 5th inning. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
All right, welcome back. We are back here in the bottom of the 5th inning, 3-0. We'll see if Casselton can get something going here with the second leadoff man, Hunter Hagnes, left fielder coming up. And Erdman still on the mound here. I'm not sure if that's the game that you're following, but I'm interested to know where Erdman's at from a pitch count perspective. I can't imagine he's too high.
He's not. He's at 66, and
Okay.
he's got his pitches to strike. He's fairly efficient right now, so it's about 50-50 with 37 strikes and 66 pitches. So he's actually above 50-50. So
it tells me that Casselton's been pretty aggressive.
Yep.
As well there. So nice job by Erdman making the action happen, and then nice job by the defense behind him to limit the damage. Yeah, I really think that's part of the theme to this game so far is they've both limited the damage pretty good, because there's a lot of games where you've given up 3 and you'd be sitting in pretty good shape. But Kindred's been exceptional at limiting the damage here from Casselton.
Without question. Total of 5 left on, total for the evening, and then
Hunter Hagnes, left fielder, leading off here once again. Yeah, like you say, Derek Stone looks built pretty well back there behind the plate.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. That is for sure.
So as you mentioned, there was a split down in Kindred when they played the first time these two teams played, and really nice competitive game. That's one of the fun things. Anytime you do play Kindred, it just seems like it's going to be a good game, and just like who plays better on that night tends to get the W, it seems like. So here comes Jackson Deutsch, leadoff hitter and center fielder. Last time up, hit a hard one over the second baseman's head into the gap for a double. Kinder doing a nice job getting that first pitch, or first strike, first out.
That's an absolute perfect walk-up song for Jackson.
Well, that's good, because he just switched it here yesterday, just in time for his dad to be the announcer last night. Grateful for Mr. Joe Deutsch up here. Last night we had him up here, and athletic director and student ambassador Travis Lamar up here. We're just really, really thankful for all those folks, all the volunteering they do. We're thankful for all the national anthem people that we had. Last night we had Adria Stahl once again playing her saxophone. Did a really nice job. But Deutsch is down quickly in the count. Got the hit by pitch. Gets him on base, and we'll see if post 15 can take advantage of that as Jonah Tholkus, the talented catcher, comes to the plate with one out. Guy in first. Yeah, we mentioned this last night, but the night of July 4th, Jonah Tholkus spent it with his dad up here at the field. And not uncommon for Jonah to spend in a lot of extra time up at the field. So it's really fun to see about all these kids, and I'm positive that Kindred's similar here. That like so many of them, how they spend their off time is doing things like working out and lifting weights and playing baseball, shooting hoops, doing whatever. They're really doing a lot of productive things, which is great to see.
All the little things that people need to do to get better.
Absolutely. Pretty fun too, really, right? A lot of times you're hanging out with your buddies, or you're just getting up there, and fun to see. So here comes Jared Stahl, first baseman. A lot of power. As Deutsch is on first base, and Deutsch is going to try and steal it, and gets it. A little bobble there by Stone. You can see Derek upset with himself. He wanted to see if he could get him. So fun to see a little bit of that competitive spirit. As Deutsch moves up to second base. Nice rip by Jared Stahl. Hit it hard up the middle. And it looks like they are going to attempt to score that, and they do. So Casselton breaks the seal, gets on the scoreboard here with Jared Stahl. Hard hit up the middle, RBI single. That will bring up the pitcher in Cole Boer with 2 outs. There's that clutch hit that we talked about Kindred having, but Casselton hadn't had yet. No, Casselton has one. Oh, there you got her again. Got making him field it and hustling, and good things are happening for Casselton anyways. And here comes number 16, Caden Barstead. Can really put a hurt on some balls, as we've seen this year. And he's one of these guys that not only likes to use that right center field gap, sometimes he'll hit it pretty hard on the left center side too, so you got to play him straight up, or if you have the scouting report, you're playing him straight up anyways. Bottom of the 5th inning, 3-1. 2 guys on. Nice pitch, outside pitch there by Erdman to induce the swing by Barstead.
Caden 1 for 2 tonight, trying to maybe score, get another run here across the plate. 2 outs.
They really pounded one through that first and second hole earlier. There he works the walk here, and now he got bases loaded. And Sam Fletchock coming to the plate.
Number 3, Sam Fletchock.
And Coach DeBoard wants to talk about this one. We'll take that opportunity to go to a quick break and come back and see what happens here with bases loaded and 2 outs. Keep watching on YourLiveEvent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
All right, we are back here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, just in time for Sam Fletchock to come in after the quick visit from Coach DeBoard with Erdman. Like you say, Erdman's been really efficient tonight. Really wasn't close to that pitch count, but sometimes it just there's a hit to the left side. Nice job, nice talk there. I have a feeling second baseman did a nice job of letting him know, hey, let's take the short one here, and got the easy one there with Westby. And now we're sitting at 3-1 as we move to the 6th inning. Keep watching here on yourliveevent.com to see how this one ends up.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
All right, we are back here. Top of 6th inning as Jonah Tholkus comes in to pitch for post 15, which means Jackson Deutsch gets to take his time back there and behind the plate. The very able-bodied Hunter Hagnes goes out to center field. Cole Boer goes to short. Will Everson moves over to third base. Sam Fletchock moves out to left field. That sums up the changes here, I think. Yeah, you really love Tholkus behind home plate, but he's had a nice year pitching here as well. Nice to develop that yet another arm, because you need about every arm you can get in this season. They play lots of games, get a lot of opportunities there. Usually how this works is if they play a junior legion team, it's a full state league, so you play everybody at least once. But if you play them once, then usually you'll have 2 counter games, 2 sevens. And if you play them twice, usually what happens is you play a 7 and a 5. And the first games will be counters. That's what we're thinking tonight is a 7 and a 5 with Kindred. I don't know, maybe with the nice weather they'll do an Ernie Banks and just say, let's keep playing here. Coming to the plate is third baseman Brock Wagner to lead off against Jonah Tholkus.
Music. Oh, never mind.
Nice throw down there in warm-up pitches by Jackson Deutsch. Once again, this is a third baseman, Brock Wagner, leading off. Right around it, a little high, I think. We're thinking it was Sawyer Olson who had the really nice start down for Kindred against the Black Stockings and shut him out. And we think if Game Changer's right, he had a no-hitter down there, right?
Yeah, that's
and it's done, so we can mention that without getting in trouble, right?
Yep.
Well, nice job by that young man, and that starts to make some of the standings even a little more interesting, I'm guessing, for both teams. Is typically those teams are going to be vying for, really close to the top seed there. Nice strikeout there by Tholkus. That brings Kindred to the top of the order with Cade Westby, the shortstop. Quick out there for Tholkus. once again to go across the new outfield there. And left is Sam Fletchuk. Center field is Hunter Hagnes. Right field is Caden Barsted. He stays where he was. Across the infield, third base is Will Everson, moving over from shortstop. You have shortstop Cole Boer moving over from pitcher. Nick Belter's at second, staying where he was, and Jarrett Stahl at first, staying where he was. And your pitcher's Jonah Tholkus, and behind the plate is Jackson Deutsch, who comes in from center field. There with the walk, that brings Westby to first base with 1 out. And Jack Savageau, who we mentioned last time up, has really had a nice night at the plate. Steps in here with a guy on first and 1 out. Nice dig by Stahl there on the pickoff attempt by Tholkus. Nice pitch, just a little high there.
So I got a comment on this. So Jackson Deutsch is catching, and he's doing a great job. But he is 6'6", and it's not easy for him to crouch. So I'm thinking that it's a little more difficult for Andrew Volk, who's not very tall, to see over top. So I think Jackson's doing his best to get down and make sure that he can see the balls and strikes. And a good dig there. Wow.
Yeah. Now there you go. Quickly got guys now on first and second after getting that first out. Now we'll bring up Derek Stone. Yeah, you just cannot have enough quality catchers, can you?
No, I mean, I think you have to carry at least 2 now.
Yeah.
Simply because, and I can see this from experience, Grayson, after 1 game, it's tough. Some guys, I think some teams don't have a quality second, but we are fortunate to have a quality 3. So we can afford to do that, where it kind of frees some of our guys up to do a few different things. Grayson can play outfield or whatever, so it doesn't tax your guys' legs as much as if they don't catch.
Oh, heads up. That was luckily it sounded like that hit wood and not a person there. The hard fall ball there in the first base dugout.
He doesn't mean my head.
2 strikes here, guys in first and second. Yeah, you think of Jonah's went up and played a little bit with the Haymakers, but you really think of that. If he's up there all year, you have 3 quality catchers there, which would be great for Coach Shear. But then that would leave Matt Swanson really short too. So fun here. Everybody's getting a ton of playing time, ton of development, and good for this year and good for future years for both the kids and the program. And here comes Trey Teberg, first baseman for Kindred. Guys on first and second, 2 outs now. Jonah tries to get something on the inside corner there, a little bit inside. Yeah, watching the tall Deutsch back there, my knees hurt for him.
Yeah, I feel like it's excruciating, but it might not be. But
might not be.
My knees aren't seeing that, and they're cringing.
Yeah, and neither you and I are anywhere near 6'5", and we know that our knees would be hurting back there.
That is an absolute truth. And then I do have to say that Lucas Christensen is in the house today.
Oh, that's always good.
Yeah, I love to see Lucas. His family is here. I think his mom is from Kindred originally.
Yeah, I think that's right.
So I think they're probably here watching some family play. That's always cool.
Talk about a universally loved teammate is Lucas Christensen.
Yeah, he is one of my favorite Haymakers.
Center fielder for the Haymakers team, and just one of these kids that hustles all the time. Brilliant pitcher for many years for the Haymakers, and not afraid to put extra time in either.
Absolutely not.
Hunter Hagnes goes over. Looks like he has that one measured, and that will end the top of the 6th inning. And Still sitting at 3-1. Kindred over Casselton. We'll see what happens here in the bottom of the 6th. Keep watching on yourliveevent.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
We approve of the song of Brady Peterson here as we welcome everyone back, the RPA announcer and music player tonight. Kale Lewis may or may not have been dancing in the booth here.
I think it's probably we're leaning closer to the two dancing instead of two was not.
It was nice. It was quite nice. Here comes Nick Belter.
My parents always told me I got a voice for radio and dancing to go with it.
Voice for radio or face for radio?
Face for radio.
Gotcha. Here comes Nick Belter. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ooh, hit that one hard up the middle, but nice play by Westby, gobbling that thing up.
Who said that's not his primary?
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Number 1, Will Everson.
That's the first out of the inning here in the bottom of the 6th. As Will Everson comes to the plate. So we got 79 here this inning for post 15 and seeing if they can set the table for the top of the order. T. Girdman giving Coach DeBoard and Coach Wixo everything they could possibly want from him so far today. Yeah, we've gotten a chance to watch a lot of Boer pitch this year, and he's been just consistent. And we think he's going to get a chance to pitch with the big club next week because of a health issue that we have with one of our players, one of our pitchers. So, and a really busy weekend, right? The Haymakers are going to play 5 games this weekend.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for lots of baseball.
Yeah, it should be a lot. They played today in a makeup of a rain-out game. So they
Next up will be number 0, Hunter Agnes.
So that's going to look like a fly to the shortstop.
that didn't look like it, did it?
It really wasn't. But here's what I'll tell you. Probably not his play. Probably more so the first baseman or even the second baseman. But I think he made a call and he said, I'm taking this. I'm going to leave the pitcher out of it.
Yeah.
Which is probably the right decision, I guess. I don't know if.
Yeah, and you love to see it, right? Like if he's got to beat it and he's that confident, if you're going to call it, you just better catch it, right? And that's what he did. He's the captain of the infield. Looks like he's going to get all 3 outs here, isn't he?
That's what they call a snapper, mow him down for the shortstop.
All 3 outs for the shortstop. Let's put a pin in that one, Kale. We might revisit that depending on how this one finishes up.
Yeah, that was big.
And that will be the end of the 6th inning here as we move to the top of the 7th. Keep watching here on yourliveevent.com.
who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
At Casselton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Casselton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Casselton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
All right, we are back here. As, Elton John brings us in to the top of the 7th inning here. 3-1 Kindred with 1 inning left here. Really nice inning for Kindred. Erdman kept on pounding strikes, and Cade Westby kept on getting outs. So nice job by Westby. Got a pop out and 2 6-3s, throwing it over to T-Berg at first as Coach Wixel makes his way over to the first base box.
Number 9, T. Bergman.
Here comes the pitcher, T. Erdman, leading off the inning. I'd say that there hasn't seemed to be a whole lot of drop-off in the Kindred lineup here. Seems like they've been pretty productive, even though, only 3 runs, so it's not like they're pounding the ball all over the place, but they all have good swings, all seem to make good contact here. Good to see for them.
Let's just see what they got here.
Ground ball to Everson there as that ball gets through him and goes to left field in Fletchock.
9 hits, and it's
now the left fielder Henry Kuznia coming to the plate, number 33. And running for him is 15, Asher Swenson. Nice pickoff attempt there by Thulkus. Oh man, if that ball's lower, you might have had him leaning. Really big, I think, for Casselton's chances to hold them at the 2-run lead here. And of course, if you're Kindred, you want to add an insurance run or 2 or 3 or as many as you can, I guess, in this inning.
I think Casselton has to make sure that they put up a goose egg here. I don't think it's imperative that they do, but I think it's, with only 1 run scored, I think you really want to try to, limit any damage you can going into the bottom half of the 7th.
Yeah, how close is Erdman getting on his?
He's at 96.
He's at 96. Okay, so he's close,
he's got,
but
he's got 9 left.
Depending on how that goes, he could make his way through a decent amount of that last inning. We'll see how Coach DeBoard handles that. Much like a lot of the Casselton teams, Kindred fortunate to have the young guys coming back and coaching, like Coach DeBoard here. Looks to be doing a nice job with this team. I got 1 out, guy on second, and Jacob Pearson, the designated hitter, coming to the plate. Yeah, you'd like to keep that guy at second, or about right where he's at here. It's a little more difficult once they get in scoring position there. Well, what are you seeing here so far with Deutsch behind the plate? Obviously, that's not his natural position. It's more a pitching position that he's willing to do. What have you seen? Have you seen some good things there?
Yeah, I think he's, I'll tell you this, I think he was about 5 inches shorter to be a great catcher. But I think that he's a terrific teammate in the fact that he's just, he's willing to do when he's called on and, and make the very best of it.
No question. No question. So here comes Jacob Lindemann with runners on first and second. And, you always say that's probably not the worst walk in the world there, getting your forces back. And really see if you can work some outs here with the forces and get yourself out in another way here.
Anyway, like we're in good pitch. And any pop out to the infield here would be nice, would be an automatic out. Infield fly rule would take effect. And
can you explain to the audience what constitutes as an infield fly rule?
Well, anything in the immediate infield, but by and large, it's a judgment on whether or not how far in the deep in the outfield it can get. If that's always judgment. I don't know if there's here's the rule for where it stops. I don't think there's that. However, it just basically, prevents infields from dropping a ball and getting an automatic double play out of it. Ball's not dead. Runners can run out or advance on their own cognizance, but that rarely happens, if ever.
Strikeout there by Tholka. So how about from how many runners need to be on base and how many outs, and how does that work?
So anytime there's runners on first and second, or anything greater than just first. So basically anything first, second, and third, second and first has to be less than 2 outs.
Okay. Makes sense with the reason behind that, keeping them from the double play. Every once in a while you'll see the thing where there's like a screaming line drive at somebody and the infielder thinks quick enough and tries to drop it, and then they'll kind of call the infield fly after the fact. You don't see that very often, but you do see that sometimes.
Yeah, back in the old days, I don't even know if it's old days. I don't know how long the rule's been enforced, but people would get guys on and forces of first and second or whatever it is, and then just automatically drop it, so they would turn a double play.
Yeah.
That rule has been taken.
The rules got wise to that.
Yeah, they did.
I used to do quite a bit of umping, and when bagged enough, even in the last few years, you've helped a few times, but you have a lot of respect for that position, don't you?
There's just not. That's the one thing I won't officiate anymore, simply because there are too many possible outcomes of just certain things that I don't know well enough. So,
and by outcomes of certain things, you're not talking about a fall tip.
No, it's just certain situations that what do you do? Because rules constitute different things, out plays and
different levels have different things, heck, different Legion levels, even American Legion levels, there's different rules across it. So a lot to keep up with. Nice pop fly there and catch to Hunter Hagnes. Nice inning by Tholkus. And post 15 did keep it to a 2-run lead here. So we'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning, see what we can do with it. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Casselton Parks and Recreation provides a wide range of programs, activities, and community events throughout the year. From parks, facilities, shelters, and outdoor spaces, they're perfect for gatherings, recreation, and enjoying a peaceful break in nature. Enjoy Cottonwood Golf Course for a fun and challenging round of golf for every skill level. To book a tee time or to find out more about Casselton Parks and Recreation, go online to CasseltonParks.com. That's CasseltonParks.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
All right, we are back here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-1, Kindred leading Casselton. How about any update on the Railcat and Grand Forks game?
Let's take a look at
So
that.
Kindred Babe Ruth won the first game down in Kindred against the Black Stockings.
So it looks like the score right now is 12-7 in favor of the Casselton Railcats in the bottom half of the 5th inning.
Okay.
I'm not certain who is exactly. Well, just let me take a peek here. It looks like we are the away team. So it looks like the Royals would be the home team, I'm guessing. It's probably a Grand Forks team, I'd assume.
Okay.
So it looks like, got out of the inning, so it's going to be top of 6 here, 12-7.
Okay. Well, theoretically, this, Casselton should have their best shot when they have the leadoff hitter up here, and Jackson Deutsch. And we'll see what happens here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Need 2 runs for some free baseball.
Yeah, Erdman's done a nice job here. As you mentioned, he's getting close to that 105 pitch limit that Legion AA, A, and Junior Legion abide by.
Which
Class
always
B
blows me
uses
away.
a different one.
It's not even close. It just blows me away how that works out. But
Yeah, Class B follows the high school rules. Nice job by Deutsch hustling that out and getting the leadoff runner on here with no outs in the bottom of the 7th as Jonah Holkus, the current pitcher, comes in as the current catcher, Jackson Deutsch, heads to first base. I'm guessing they're going to let him run since it takes him about 4 strides to get to second base.
takes me about 400.
Well, you are quick. As a former state champion football player, skill position player.
Quick is in the eye of the beholder, I think.
Is it true what you were telling me on break that you carried that team?
Jeez. Not even close. But that's funny. Woofda.
How many bussies are on that team?
Enough. 3.
3?
Yep.
Wow. All right, Jonah Holkus here steps in. Squaring around here, a little fake bunt steal. Looked like Jackson as he slid into second there. His arms got underneath him a little bit, so probably got to taste the pellets a little bit.
A little bit of rug burn.
Yeah, that can happen, right?
I think that happened today with Carter Nelson sliding into home. I think he was like, oh, that didn't feel great.
Yeah, for the haymakers, looked like he, after he slid into home, hands first, or head first, I guess they'd call it. It looked like something must have burnt for him there. Didn't look like that felt very good. So there's a pop out for Jonah Holkus for the first out of the inning. And here comes Jairus Stahl with the runner in scoring position. Jairus is one of these kids that can make this interesting with one swing of the bat, and at the very least trade places with Deutsch. One of these days he's going to pop one out of here. Not sure if that will be this year or next year or what, but it's coming at some point.
So that was Teague's 104th pitch. So this should be the last pitch.
Okay. And I suppose he can finish the batter typically, but that will finish the batter there. So
I think in this case that was both of them.
Okay.
And there goes.
Here comes Coach DeBoard here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Forced to make the pitching change here due to pitch limits. Nice job, Kale, on being all over that one. We'll take that opportunity to take a quick break. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
We are back here.
And 16.
2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Runner at second, and Jacob Lindemann, who was playing second base, now is in at pitcher. And the pitcher, Teague Erdman, moves over to third base.
And Jacob Lindemann going to
pitching.
Not Jacob Lindemann.
Brock Wagner goes to second base.
Yep.
Okay, so a little bit of a triangle switch there between the pitcher, second baseman, and third baseman.
This would constitute a save situation.
Quite a different look here for the batters, for Cole Boer and any following batters that might come up here. Be interesting to see how they adjust to that. That's sometimes what can happen there, right? Just induces a pop-up.
3 hits.
There they got the last out. Nice job there by Lindemann coming in and closing the door, throwing strikes. And the first game goes to Kindred, 3-1. We will, we'll after the break, Kale and I will come and hand out awards, and it will be in this order. First off will be the precision play of the game, Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Agassiz Precision Ag in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit plannerdoc.com. Next, we'll do the HTC connection of the game. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone. It's how to connect. HalsteadTel.com. Then last and most certainly not least, the Enbridge player of the game. Life takes energy. Enbridge. Energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. We will hand out some hardware after the break. Keep watching on yourliveevent.com.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Welcome back here, and we are ready to hand out some hardware, and the Kindred young men will get all these awards. First off, Precision Play of the Game, Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Agassiz Precision Ag in Hillsborough. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. It was hard to get anything going for Casselton. We're down 3-1 going into the 6th, and I'll let you take it away from there.
Tell you what, Brent, you mentioned that beginning of the game that Coach Wixo had mentioned that's not even his. I think it was Westby or whatever. Somebody said it wasn't his prime position.
His dad told him last time.
Yep.
Yep.
So, Cade Westby at shortstop played phenomenal tonight. He basically took 2 nice ground balls, turned them into outs, and then pop fly was just to the Casselton side of the pitcher's mound, and came flying in and made a nice play to keep the pitcher out of that. And he really had what they call a snapper mow him down on his own. So I got to believe that was a heck of an inning by Westby there. You'd really never know that he wasn't a primary shortstop, but he sure looked like it that inning, or for most of the game tonight anyways.
No question, and he really has looked like that anytime we've got a chance to see him this year. So I think the wind blowing left to right probably played into that pop fly a little bit. Just kind of kept carrying, but the great part is if you call it and you catch it, all's good, right?
Yep.
You're the captain of the infield. You typically trust that guy more than anyone, and he gave him even more reason to trust him here going forward.
Without question.
So let's move on to the HTC connection of the game. There's some we could talk about in the 3rd inning, but we'll talk a little bit more about that when we hand out the player of the game. It was simply a 2-0 game for quite a while there, which you feel pretty good in striking distance. In the 5th, the Kindred got a few guys on right away, and then talk about the big RBI single there to make it a 3-run game.
So we thought this was an inning where we thought, okay, 2 strikeouts right away. Bang, bang, bang. And then right after that, T-Bird gets a single. Erdman gets a signal. Kuznia gets a single. And we got loaded bases for Mr. Pearson. And he comes up, delivers, and he got a nice little RBI on that in that inning. So he is the HTC connection.
Yeah, you remind me of the 2 quick outs there. I forgot about that, but it was so interesting that they got the few singles in a row, which really bodes well to the job that Boer was doing and the job that the defense was doing to kind of hold that. So you really need that clutch hit because it's hard to get 4 hits to score 1 run. But that's what they did, and kudos to Jacob Pearson with that big hit. So then, lastly, we'll move to the Enbridge player of the game. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. this was an easy one on both pitching as well as hitting. Talk about Teague Erdman.
Teague is, I tell you what, he pitched a gem. And here's another case where I've said earlier this year that it's not always about strikeouts. He commanded the strike zone tonight. He absolutely did. He had, how many pitches? Let's see here. 105. Well, so we're looking at about 50-50 here. So 105 pitches to 50 and 58 strikes. So about 50-50. I'd like him to see about, a little bit 2/3, but really commanded. I think that's, initially I think that's where, Casselton probably was being a little bit more aggressive, like Brent said earlier. But to only 2 strikeouts, 1 earned, 6 2/3, pitched almost, and then, Lindemann came in and only pitched 3 pitches. So that tells you the kind of job that Teague did tonight.
Yeah, you could argue with the fact that you could finish the batter that he was 1 pitch away from being able to just have the complete game himself there, because he got 105 as he got that second to last out, so he was forced to come out for the last batter. So the other hitting part that we were going to talk about is, it was after the 4th inning, it was 2-0. So the reason it was 2-0 is Erdman had the big 2-run single in the 3rd inning there as well. So he really did well, not only on the mound, but also hitting tonight.
Yeah, he kind of a force on both sides tonight.
We have a WWE manager looking at us, which is a pleasant surprise here, and Joe Deutsch coming in.
Anybody know who the Sly Fox is?
Nice to see him. But hey, congrats to Kindred. Congrats in that first game. They played well. Congrats to Teague Erdman as our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Congrats to Jacob Pearson doing a nice job with the HTC connection. And then Cade Westby was just awesome at shortstop all night as well. Kudos to them. We'll see what happens in the nightcap. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same. Someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
At Casselton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Casselton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Casselton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. Casselton Parks and Recreation provides a wide range of programs, activities, and community events throughout the year. From parks, facilities, shelters, and outdoor spaces, they're perfect for gatherings, recreation, and enjoying a peaceful break in nature. Enjoy Cottonwood Golf Course for a fun and challenging round of golf for every skill level. To book a tee time or to find out more about Casselton Parks and Recreation, go online to CasseltonParks.com. That's CasseltonParks.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
One who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
At Casselton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Casselton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Casselton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. Casselton Parks and Recreation provides a wide range of programs, activities, and community events throughout the year. From parks, facilities, shelters, and outdoor spaces, they're perfect for gatherings, recreation, and enjoying a peaceful break in nature. Enjoy Cottonwood Golf Course for a fun and challenging round of golf for every skill level. To book a tee time or to find out more about Casselton Parks and Recreation, go online to CasseltonParks.com. That's CasseltonParks.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
At Casselton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Casselton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Casselton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Welcome back here as we're here for the nightcap here in the top of the first inning between Casselton and Kindred. Caden Barstead is on the mound for the nightcap, and Nick Belter is behind the plate. Third base is Sam Fletchock, shortstop Cole Boer. Second base, Caden Thompson. First baseman is Jarrett Stahl. Out in left field is Hunter Hagness. Center field is Jackson Deutsch. And right fielder is Wesley Overland. Leading off here for Kindred 117 will be the second baseman, Derek Stone. He batted 3 and caught last game.
Our umps are ready, and our fans are ready. Let's play ball!
There we go. As we get started here, behind home plate is Quinn Irie. On the bases is Andrew Volk. And Caden starts there with the ball slightly inside. Kindred to 117 did get the first game here of the doubleheader. 3-1 in a well-played game by both sides. And now we're moving to the nightcap here. Once again, Kindred and Casselton split when they played earlier down in Kindred. So if you're Casselton, you're hoping to keep that the same and win the second one. And if you're Kindred, you'd like to take the 3-1 advantage this year. Nick Belter behind the plate here. Doesn't, another guy that doesn't get a chance to catch all too often. Jonah Tholkus getting the second game off, at least so far. I'm guessing Jackson Deutsch is plenty fine with being back in center field.
I'd say that he'd rather be standing than crouching. Just a guess. But like I said, he'll do whatever he needs to do to win games.
Yeah. Good teammate. We were joined by his dad there at the end of the first telecast.
The Sly Fox.
Absolutely.
If you don't know Joe Deutsch, you should.
And ball a little bit foul there down the first baseline. Wes Overland chasing that down. Can't quite get to it. Coach Swanson probably needs a little little jog break there, heading out to get the ball. There's a hard one hopper to Boer.
He knows it. He knew it right away, too. I can tell you right now he knew it.
Yeah, and it goes both ways, right? I think you 100%, if you had to do that over again, he's probably tossing that over a little harder. And Jarris, of course, any first baseman's gonna think they should have got that one here. So as we move on to Jack Savageau, the center fielder, batting second here in the nightcap.
Yeah, Belter does a good job catching. I just don't think he has quite the arm that Jonah does, and that's okay. You need guys that can help out catching too.
Yeah, I think part of it, as we talked about in the first game too, the arm hurts, right? It looks like has a little shoulder issue going on there.
Yeah. I mean, his
nice pitch on the inside corner by Barstead.
His he looks solid in the box, and he looks the part.
Yeah, one thing a little bit interesting, it's hard to tell from our angle, but it almost seems like maybe he's up there quite a bit. Now you can, catchers can be closer usually than they think, but
yeah, he does look
hopefully
a little
not
close.
too close.
Yeah,
right?
He does look a little close.
That could be a catcher's interference waiting to happen, which is not just getting the person a free base, but we don't want the catcher hurt either. So here comes Asher Swenson, the pitcher for this second game. One out there. Nice job by Barstead on that at bat. Well, if you're Coach Swanson here, how would you like to see Casselton respond, Gail?
If it were me, I think that I would like to. That's a nice out. Good hustle there.
Nice play by KT. Yeah, hustling the whole way down by Savageau. Nice job.
I think win, lose, or draw in these games, I think you just want your kids to, show some spirit, show some life, And like you and I have talked about a million times, I don't care about physical errors. I just hate mental errors. So if they have some errors, clean it up a little bit, mentally, make all the physical plays you can possible, and then, just compete. If you're competing, you're in the game, and, I guess that's all a coach can ask. If you're given 100%, that's all you can ask. Like that Pearson kid just did there. He's hustling down to it almost ran out a ball to the second baseman there, and that should not be that close.
Yeah, Jacob Pearson here coming to the plate, and I misspoke. That was Asher Swenson there that got out at
Swenson
first
is what.
base
Yeah,
there.
Swenson is what I meant to pay. Yeah.
No, I goofed that up. I called him Savageau, so we had it wrong all the way across the board here. So we do know that Derek Stone's on third base. So here we got 2 outs here so far. Barstead has. And Belter and the rest of the crew here has kept any runs off the scoreboard here, but we'll see who wins between Pearson and Barstead. And there's a ball hit a long way out to the outfield, but that's to a nice place there if you're Casselton, because Jackson Deutsch gets over there and gets the out. That will be the third out as we move on to the bottom of the first inning. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Casselton Parks and Recreation provides a wide range of programs, activities, and community events throughout the year. From parks, facilities, shelters, and outdoor spaces, they're perfect for gatherings, recreation, and enjoying a peaceful break in nature. Enjoy Cottonwood Golf Course for a fun and challenging round of golf for every skill level. To book a tee time or to find out more about Casselton Parks and Recreation, go online to CasseltonParks.com. That's CasseltonParks.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
One.
We're back here, bottom of the first inning, talking a little bit about Nolan Ryan off air there, and he was throwing high 90s, very late into his 40s, and I think they say too, there's this movie Fastball that's out, and they talk about how they measure fastballs differently now. So if they use the current measurements, he may have even thrown harder than what they gave him credit for, which is amazing. And then you were talking about the other side of it. He leads the most what did he say? The most walks.
He has the most walks in MLB history, and it's not close. So in his career, he has almost 2,800 walks, and that's the far and away leader. And the second place is not. It's like 1,750.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but he had a bunch of no hitters.
And never won
a Cy Young, right? Yeah, so kind of interesting.
And I think his lifetime ERA is like 3.5, which isn't horrible. I mean,
no, not at all. No, and things were measured different back then. When you think of strikeouts were much more taboo back then, and I'm sure things like walks when you're pitching were much more taboo back then too. So interesting. Here comes Jackson Deutsch. Still stretching out those legs from those few innings. He's had a busy day today, hasn't he?
He certainly has. He's played in. This will be game number 3, and then he'll play right away again in the morning at 9:30 when the Haymakers play Moorhead. So
I think he may get this weekend off. Actually, I think not off. He's going to play some AAU basketball this weekend.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So his body doesn't get a break off. He just gets a little break from baseball. Yeah.
That's unfortunate because we could always use him.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt having him around.
No. That's going to drop.
That is going to drop. That's going to be perfectly placed. But I tell you what, shortstop there, Lindemann got a heck of a lot closer to that ball than I thought he was off the bat. I didn't think it was going to be close. Yeah, he did. He really did. Here comes Cole Boer, the shortstop. After the leadoff single there by Deutsch, he got just enough of it to drop that in between the left fielder, shortstop, and third baseman of Kindred.
We talk about those old guys that played in the majors way back then, and how many more complete games and all that stuff they had, and compared to now. And you think about this, they smoked in the dugout too.
yeah, there was a lot of differences back then.
I mean, that's just like, oh my goodness, that is weird. And I mean, not weird because I'm somewhat in the age where I can kind of remember that stuff, but
right. Yeah, it really has to be different for kids growing up now.
Yeah,
right?
What is that?
Yeah, there were a lot of differences back then. In the real old days, you have some managers that like to wear a suit there in the dugout, and just a lot of changes throughout the years. What's your favorite baseball movie, Cale?
Oh gosh. I'd say it probably changes every time I see it, but my number one is probably League of Their Own.
Okay.
I absolutely love that movie. But I'd say that, boy, I'm drawing a lot. I had a loss here. I'll think of it. But Major League is good. Sandlot is good. I can relate to the Sandlot because we used to do that.
Nice rip by Boer.
It's a clutch hit there.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked a lot like that growing up, didn't it, the Sandlot,
yep.
Right?
And we played with probably not 7 or 8 guys. We probably played with 6, and we used to play in the park and use trees for bases and then play from second base. And I tell you what, those were good days.
Yeah, you had to be creative back then, didn't you? So in your neighborhood, was it always the hard ball, or did you use tennis balls or rag balls, or
whatever we could find?
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was usually baseballs if they were a little more readily available. But we played that kind of stuff on the tennis court too, and the bank was right next to where my mom worked, and we put if you hit the tennis court or the bank from where you're hitting, it was a home run. But that's what we spent all of our time doing.
Yeah. Yeah, that was boy, those were good days. I wiffle ball, rag ball, tennis ball, hard ball. It seemed like we only had about 2 or 3 bats between all of us back then, but they got plenty of use out of it.
Yeah, and I was telling Jack and Grayson the other day, we used to use one bat when we played Babe Ruth and Legion. It was called Black Magic, the old black and gold Easton.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a nice play.
That is
that's
just
a nice play. I did not think they'd be getting the out on that one, but he stuck with it. And I got the out, but it did move Boer over into scoring position here for Caden Barstead to try and help himself, as they would say.
Jairus was not, he's not the speediest guy, but he wasn't running slow there.
Yeah,
so
and hustle the whole way.
He absolutely
he's I think he's a lot faster than we give him credit
without
for, right?
question. Plus, he's got a bum ankle.
Yeah, right. But but I happened to be watching him the whole time there. He's busting in. We're not surprised, right? That's kind of what you expect with Jairus.
Yep.
And but what a great play. I think a lot of infielders give up on that one, and they did a nice job at picking that up. And I think that was Lindemann there at short, right? Is that who grabbed that, or was it the third baseman,
I think it was
Johnson?
I think it was Johnson, the third baseman. I think after all was said and done, I think.
Okay. Did get the strike on that one.
Little foul ball there by Barstead. He is aggressive at the plate. He doesn't go up there looking for a walk. He is aggressive. Evidently, we're not keeping score of this game on the scoreboard.
Yeah, no, that means we're gonna have to pay a lot better attention here than we typically do, Cale.
Good luck.
Well, here we go. You got runner in scoring position here still. Got one out with Caden Barstead, the pitcher this evening up. As I heard Brady Peterson, the PA announcer, say, Casselton did draw first blood in this game, so we'll see if the fortunes can change a little bit for them this game. Nice rip up the middle. Ooh,
I thought he had
almost had it, which
it.
would have been a double off play there, and I think Boer had gotten to the point of no return where he just said, okay, I just got to keep running at this point.
Yep, he used that, yep.
Worked out okay. Here comes Sam Fletchock, the lefty hitter. Got one out, guys in first and third.
Catcher's barking out, giving signals for first and third.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Coach Swanson sent Jonah Tholkus from first to second in same situation in the first game, and they kind of faked like they were going to cut it off, but let the ball go through with Stone catching and threw Jonah out at second. So we'll see what Coach Swanson chooses to do here. Once again,
pitch.
Yeah, a really good pitch there. Hit the outside third from Swinson, who's batting 3 tonight. A lot of opportunity here for Casselton. They could either really break through in this inning, or they could point back to this inning saying, boy, we that was one we really could have done a little more. We'll see how this ends up here. There's only one out, and you see how it's a game of inches. If they catch that one up the middle there, they're out of the inning.
Yep.
As it stands now, there's guys on first and third. And here we go, bases loaded, and one out.
Number 2, Nick Belter.
Well, just a little bit of an update from Kindred and the second game, which would be the 5-inning game. Carson Mitchell just looks like he hit a 2-run double, and it's 12-1 now. I'm guessing Maxwell's not too happy, so he's gonna go out and win this one. It's good. Be a good win.
Black Stockings ahead, 12-1 there.
Yep. They're ahead to yep. And let's see here. The Railcats won their game 16-8.
Okay.
So that's a good win for them.
And we believe that's against Grand Forks.
Yep.
Yeah, the Grand Forks was coming down early in the year. There was some weather in the forecast, so they chose to stay home there. And I can't really remember. I think it ended up storming that night. I think it was probably a good prediction there. But here we go. Bases loaded, 1 out, and Nick Belter at the plate, who's catching tonight. You know, Nick did a nice job of blocking everything, like you say, in that first inning.
He did.
Arm's going to be a little bit of an issue just from having some arm issues and different things like that, right? But boy, he did a nice job of keeping the ball from going past him and really helped keep a 0 up on there. And since with first base occupied and less than 2 outs, he is out on the drop third strike. Here comes Caden Thompson. Caden, just a fun kid to watch and be around. Always smiling, always upbeat. He's playing second base this evening in the nightcap. Nice job hitting the outside corner there with the first pitch for Swinson. We'll see what can happen here. A good amount of speed on the base pass here, including KT, the batter. So we can get a ball in play here. It can get interesting. But Swinson doing a nice job of working ahead. As we look beyond the center field fence here again, we always see action going on out in the playground and swing sets. Fun to see the kids taking advantage of that. We got 2-2 or full count here. 2-2 looks like from Quinn Irie, the home plate umpire. Andrew Volk once again on the bases in the second game. Ooh, there's a nice hit. Oh, let's see. Oh, nice play. That was a really nice play there. Stone playing second base this game. Caught last game. Another run there. Coach Swanson has to be quite happy with that. And here comes Wes Overland. Speaking of fast kids that are fun to be around and always pleasant, always in a good mood. A hard-working kid, good track athlete. That's a strike there. Right down Broadway at the knees.
Stone's playing second base tonight, or in the second game, and it's not usual for a second baseman to be left-handed, but
yeah, just different, right?
I don't think it's not something you can't do. It's just something you just don't see very often.
Yeah, you don't see very often, and the higher levels you see it even less.
Yeah.
You know, different philosophies across different programs with that. You know, obviously, like we talked about, we had some. There's been some really good left-handed catchers throughout history in Casselton, and well, there you go. There we'll see what happens here, and there we go. We got safe on a drop third strike. Now this time it was 2 outs, bases loaded. So nice chatter by everyone to make sure that he runs.
That's what happens when you hustle it out. Yes, first of all, he's fast.
100%.
And number 2, he could have just jogged down and it could have been over. He probably and I think what happened there was the catcher rushed that throw.
Yep.
And you know that happens, but.
Yeah, and what a good learning opportunity, right? You know, I'm guessing Jordan probably doesn't play a ton there, and you just have to have some of those situations where, you know, I'm sure the coach is going to tell him, hey, next time just touch home plate, and but you don't really, you can't practice every situation.
That's what I'm talking about.
Especially when you haven't done it much. So so that's a great part about these extra games and the extra development and extra contests where you get a chance to teach kids more baseball. So here we go. 2 outs, bases loaded once again, and the dangerous Hunter Hagness steps in. He is the second leadoff here in the nightcap. I must say, Jordheim doing a nice job of really being active behind the plate there. He's kind of had to work for quite a few pitches there, and he's done a nice job keeping things in front of him.
Good cut.
Yeah. Quinn Ivory, I just found out recently, was a UJ baseball alumni, University of Jamestown there. So, gonna have to ask him his take on the coaching change that just went on there, and obviously an accomplished coach already. There's a pop up. Nice job, everyone hustling there. If something happens there, that would have been a very fruitful time there for Casselton, which is the way it's designed, but nice job catching that one. Nice inning for Casselton post 15. As I do score three, in the bottom of the first inning. We will move on to the top of the second. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is...
We are back here just in time for the first pitch there, which is a first pitch strike by Caden Barstead. And it looks like this is Jacob Linneman. We commented on him at shortstop. He really made up a lot of ground on that hit by Deutsch. He also did a nice job closing out the game in the first game. Ground ball to Fletchock. Nice throw over there. Nice throw by Fletchock. Nice job over there by Jarris. And good start by Caden Barstead for the first out of the inning. That can be a coach's best friend there when you score 3 in the bottom of the third, and then he hurries up and gets that first strike, first out in the next inning. Foul ball there for Isaac Johnson. Those foul balls are brought to you by Excel Energy. Tonight's game is brought to you by them, proudly powering communities like Casselton and across North Dakota. And that ball hit straight to Jackson Deutsch. Pretty much didn't have to move at all. Hit sharply. That brings up the catcher, Logan Jordheim, for Kindred 117, Junior Legion team. from Kindred. That ball is hit to stall, and a little pop-up there, and quick inning by Barstead, which Coach Swanson has to be just pleased to speech with. We'll move on to the bottom of the third inning. Keep watching here on your live event.com.
RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
One of those, because if Jack's got some fundraising to do.
We are back here, bottom of the second inning. Yeah, you always like a new T-shirt, or is that your biggest thing? T-shirts or sweatshirts or shoes? That's right. Yep.
But
Definitely.
we're talking about our good friend Jack Everson is going to play baseball at Bismarck State College this next fall. So I said, well, I got to get a T-shirt, and I found one on the Bismarck State College website. But I think if
a little heavy on your wallet.
No, actually, it was only $20. So
it wasn't bad at all.
No, so I think I'm going to wait until if they maybe have a little fundraising to do or whatever. If they're selling anything, I might just buy something. And that way it's win-win for both of us, and I can get a T-shirt, and he can get whatever. I'll give him money anyways. But
yeah, it's interesting. A lot of the local colleges, I don't know if BSC will do this, but I know even a Valley City State, Sam Copperveg is there, for example, playing basketball. They'll do NIL stuff even at that level where you can buy shirts and sweatshirts and different things like that with their name on it, and then the players get a little bit of a cut of that. So who knows? Who knows what will happen there? But
I'll gladly buy an Everson T-shirt.
Yeah.
Gonna have some big fans when he comes around here, I'll tell you that.
Oh, here comes Jackson Deutsch.
Oh, JD.
Leading off here.
It's funny because, I think about Jackson and how good he's been this summer for both teams and how he's going to be in the future. And, he didn't come out for high school, and I think it was his intent. But I think that, maybe sometimes it's for some kids it's just better, to separate sometimes when he likes it enough where he just doesn't want to get sick of it. I don't know how that works sometimes, and that's a great bunt there. Well,
maybe, who knows, maybe he's thinking next year he's going to do it, or you never know. But that was nice hustle there. Great bunt, like you said. How many steps do you think it took him there to first base? 4, you think, bud?
It wasn't many.
Hey, that's a nice start to the inning, though. That's exactly what you want your leadoff hitter to be doing. So just like the first inning, he starts off with a single there. He got a bloop over in between third, short, and left the first time up, and this time he has a bunt single and a drag bunt. Yeah, I have he had a really good spring in track, so no judgments no matter what he decides.
Absolutely not.
But I wouldn't doubt if he plays spring ball next year.
No, I would think that he does. And, I think that part of that is that, maybe, with some of the basketball stuff, maybe I'm not going to sit and try to figure it out. But at any rate, he's had an amazing summer.
Yep.
I hope he understands that, and he's going to be part of the big club next year, and that at worst he dual sports next year, but that's so much that's hard on the kids.
It's a lot. Little acrobatic slide into second there. Yeah, he's earned every opportunity he's gotten this summer, and it'll be kind of fun to see what he ends up doing. We have that coaching change for the high school team. We're super grateful for everything that Coach Maggio and staff has done throughout the years. He had a nice run there for Central Cass, and excited for the Coach Brent Nelson tenure here too. So it'll be fun to see what they do under him as well.
I think that
Nice. Ball was there, and but a nice, you almost said like the momentum of the ball brought the tag up, and he slid under just in time before it came back down. Looks like.
I think that Central Cass baseball is in good hands for the foreseeable future.
No question. Yeah, no question. No question. Coach Nelson has helped in many different ways throughout the years. The summer program has had really good years whenever he's been involved. Wasn't too long ago that he did the Pee Wee and Rookie coordinator role and did a wonderful job.
Fun fact.
And then
when he was when he was coaching Babe Ruth, that's when the Black Stockings name originated.
Sure. Yep.
So, and he was extremely successful with that group. Good player in his own right, and like I said, I think we'll be just fine.
So it'll pop up to center field there for the second out. Up comes Caden Barstead here with no one on, 2 outs. Caden still has to feel good about that insurance run that got put up on the scoreboard here. Yeah, he's just coached in many different ways, and it's kind of fun to look back at the different time frames that he's been involved. There's just been a lot of success that follows it, not surprising. And
he knows a lot about it. He knows, and the one thing I love about Brent is that he is calm, cool. He's not, he's a lot like Majo in that respect, but knows the rules. He's very knowledgeable on all that stuff, and they're getting a good one. Good replacement.
Absolutely. So here we move on to the top of the third inning, and Casselton did add an insurance run to make it 4-0. Keep watching here on yourliveevent.com to see what the third inning has to bring.
Ship is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back here, top of the third inning. We're talking about the new Bavindeck Center for Bismarck State College, and by all accounts, that's a beautiful place. You're saying that it fits about 2,500, is that right?
Yeah, that's what Chase was telling me. Chase Miller, we talked a little bit today, and he was out there doing Lions All-Star Game stuff, and he's telling me and I think he said between 2,000 and 2,500, something in that ballpark, but I was just curious if that's a number where you could fit a State B tournament or Class A or whatever. I'm not 100%
Yeah, that's
sure.
interesting. My guess is that's a pretty similar number to like the Betty Engelstead up in Grand Forks. That's my guess, but and I don't know if they've hosted that or not. Honestly, I'm not sure. But for 99% of the games they're going to have there, I got to think that's a pretty nice size.
I would agree. Yes.
I would think like when you think of the SHAC, the Sanford Health Athletic Center that NDSU plays at, I would think as far as like good seats that you could really count as seats, it's probably 4,500, something like that. Maybe you know what I mean. So I don't think it's out of line by any means. But either way, what a nice facility to add to your campus there. They're also adding football this year, which is interesting.
That's amazing. So I'm reading that the Betty fits about 3,300.
Oh, 3,300. Okay.
Yep.
That's yep. And you said 2,500 for Bavindick. Okay.
I'm going to check right now.
The lights are on here now for here at Valley Process Technologies Field. We call it VPT Field here for short.
So 2,000 seats.
2,000 seats.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting.
So, yep.
It's a beautiful building from the outside. We had drove by that today, and yeah, it's really quite the facility, and I've heard it really looks nice on the inside as well.
That's awesome. Good for the college. Upwards and onwards.
Yeah, all that stuff helps, right? You attract better coaches, better staff, better teams coming willing to play you, and just a lot of good things there. Better recruits, right? Now batting is Callum Neer here, the right fielder, as I did get a runner on first base there with no outs in the inning here, so maybe Kindred has something brewing. And this is 8-9 top in this inning. That was Devin Gray getting over to first base.
Nice cut there.
Yeah, I'm sure I'd miss it, but there's a lot of it seems like every year now there's a lot of kids that end up going somewhere in some sport. You know, last night Travis Samar was here, and his daughter's going to Dickinson State to run track next year. Carter Maggio just signed out at Dickinson State as well. Logan Broughton's already there. You got Kellen Crochet heading out to a really good NAIA school. Remind me the name in Montana Tech, I think is what it is.
Yep.
Out in Butte, Montana.
I think you meant to say
Colton. Colton, yeah, sorry.
No, but I think we all know what you meant.
Yeah, absolutely. That's I better know that one because it's we share backyards and grew up with his dad and all that. No, I just texted the neighborhood group chat and commented on one of Colton's old pictures, and so know him very well, but I just blame that one on age and not his.
Yeah.
So here we go. We got no out there. Sorry, is that right? One out? Is there zero so far? I think there's zero.
Oh, I thought there was.
Okay. Probably right. It's hard throw there, but no one over to cut that one off. So allowed the runner to get up to second base. There is one out here. My fault. It brings up Jack Savageau, who has really done a nice job with the bat tonight, and just judging by his approach and the way he swings it, I'm guessing he has lots of good nights with the bat. Yeah, it's hard to believe we're closer to the end here than we are to the beginning. You know, looking at some of the, how many home games there are left here at all levels on Valley Process Technologies Field. I think we're down to, 3 to 5, something like that at this point. It's hard to believe.
Yeah.
Summer goes fast.
I always remember summer was it felt like it almost lasted forever. And now that I'm an old man, it just doesn't go nearly slow enough.
No.
Especially with kids that are in baseball, and it's toward the end.
Yeah, it's funny how that works, and it's probably directly related to what we've talked about many times, that we want it to stand still this summer. We'd like to have it last for as long as possible, so of course it goes about as fast as can be.
Yeah, it figures.
Here we go, second and third, 2 outs. As Asher Swinson steps in, little foul ball there. Excel Energy is proud to support Casselton baseball and the community spirit that brings everyone together. Excel Energy, making energy work better. They do sponsor the foul balls here. That ball is going to go to right, and I don't think that Overland's going to be able to track that one down. It's going to go all the way to the wall in right center. Does a nice job hustling after it and getting it in, but that's going to be a slide-in triple for Swenson, the pitcher, who helps himself quite a bit there. As we now it's 4-2. Runner on third with 2 outs, and Jacob Pearson comes to the plate. Jacob had was our HGC connection of the game there in that first inning, helping get that third and ultimately deciding run in the first game.
It's a big at bat here for Kindred.
There's a pop up. See what can happen here. That can be tough. Nick hasn't caught a lot, but does a nice job there. Made it look like that's pretty easy for him.
Like an old pro there.
Yeah, and
I probably would have got rid of the mask a little sooner, but
yeah, and maybe not throwing it at my feet, like that. But
yep.
But hey, we'll take it. He got the out.
Yep, that's all that matters.
And we move to the bottom of the third inning. Keep watching here on yourliveevent.com.
Halsted Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halsted, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halsted Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halsted Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
All right, we are back here, bottom of the third inning. 4-2 lead, Casselton over Kindred, but Kindred with a big inning there, getting 2, and I just have a feeling this one's going to come into the wire, don't you think, Kale?
It absolutely, it's gonna. Kindred Casselton games, are never as they seem. I mean, what I mean by that is Casselton had a 4-run lead. It's now 4-2. It's just always going to be close. Sometimes you get occasional team that just goes the other way, but by and large, the Kindred Casselton rivalry is it's a special rivalry. It's almost like you almost want to put it in the same realm as the Duke Carolina or the Michigan Ohio State kind of thing. Healthy rivalry, if you will.
Here comes Sam Fletchuk. Leading off this inning here, playing third base for post 15. It's a nice swing, but the lefty second baseman makes the nice play there. Really aggressive. Derek Stone's just an aggressive player and a good player. And I'm sure it's just like, hey, wherever we put him, he's pretty good. So let's just keep on trying some different things with him. Here comes Nick Belter. Here comes Nick Belter with 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning.
Nice curveball there by by Swenson, excuse me.
Yeah. Jordan kind of bats his glove, wishing that he had thought that he should have had that one, which of course about every good catcher is going to think that. Anytime there's a catchable ball, they should be able to have that, frame it, and do all the good stuff. Here goes Belter, who's catching tonight in his own right. Made a nice catch behind home plate in the last inning. really close to a hit by pitch there for him. It seemed like it curved and somehow missed him.
Is Quinn Irie, is he a coach at the West Fargo system?
Yeah, I think he's the head baseball coach for Horace.
Oh, at Horace, that's right. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
There is that catcher's interference we talked about. We thought that might happen to Belter, but actually worked that way.
God,
Jordheim takes that. That did not look like it felt good.
Oh, Jesus.
Hopefully everything's okay there.
That's scary.
Next up will be number 14, Aiden.
It's almost like adding insult to injury there, because not only do you get hit, but it's an automatic base.
Yeah, it really is.
And everybody moves up.
So, it really is, yeah. Nothing good comes out of that one
really
for
doesn't.
a catcher.
It doesn't. Nope. And then you worry about the long-term health of a guy, you know, and you just, I don't know.
Nice move here by Coach Wixo coming out to just see, you know, because a lot of kids are going to try and stay in no matter what, but sometimes you need the adult in the room to make sure he's okay. Don't want him to be too hurt. Looks like they're laughing down there, so that's good.
Good sign.
That's good. Good. We are happy to see that. As wish nothing but good things for young Mr. Jordheim here.
Guarantee he's gonna okay, I got what you mean here. I'll back up a half step.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that we were worried about that for Belter, and maybe Belter will. And you see what happened there. Did they call him safe?
Looks like it. I think he was under that tag.
Or did they call a block of some kind or something? Because Swinson was in the windup, but he never. I don't believe he started his windup. So Belter took off thinking that kind of got a free steal.
That's a move. That's a smart move.
Yeah, but maybe he did start the windup. Maybe that's what Volk called there, or Andrew Volk, the umpire, called there was a balk. Maybe, I don't know. Pretty good to see Nick Belter pick up on that.
Yep.
As you mentioned, a very smart move. Here goes Caden Thompson, KT. Here with one out, runner in scoring position. Hoping to get the train moving here for, he's hoping that.
Looked a little unsettled in the box there. I think his back move or foot moved, and then his front foot moved. I think it looked like maybe it was a curveball, and I think maybe he thought it was coming at him. So I think he was going to duck and swing at the same time, and there's a lot of just confusion amongst himself there. So.
Yeah, end run is Jonah Tholkus. One thing I noticed with Caden Thompson, the first half of the year, he is really making contact every single time, hitting it hard, and then all of a sudden, just I don't know if it's a little bit of a slump or if tried a little tweak and it's not working and needs to kind of go back or what. But yeah, he was really hot early in the year.
Yeah, I remember that.
As Wes Overland comes to the plate, we'll see if Casselton can take advantage of the runner in scoring position there with Jonah Tholkus running. Gets to do the other side of the courtesy running thing and gets to run for Nick Belter, who's catching tonight. Give Nick some time to get his equipment on.
Good pitch there by Swinson. Nice little curveball. Curveball's working for him tonight.
Yeah.
Another one. Yep. Hit that outside corner.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Not a whole lot you can do with that unless you unless you really stay within yourself and go with that pitch to right.
I always like to maybe step in the box, step up, toward the pitcher a little bit, just see if you can get out of that, hitting out of that curve a little bit.
There you go. Focus is going to move up to third on the pass ball. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
I think he wanted to swing there. That was a dandy.
Yeah, right down Broadway there for the third strike. That's going to move him to the fourth inning here. Keep watching here on yourliveevents.com to see what happens next.
Doesn't always feel the same way. Who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
At Casselton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Casselton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Casselton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
We are back here in the top of the fourth inning. Casselton with a narrow lead, 4-2. Started off with a 4-0 lead, and Kindred got a couple back last inning, so we'll see if they can keep their momentum after throwing a 0 up on the board here. The first 0 that they were able to throw up on the board here. That's a nice shot right through the 5-hole there by Jacob Lindemann, the shortstop. Well, once again, they have something brewing here with the first runner on in the top of the fourth inning. Isaac Johnson, the third baseman, comes up. You know, Caden's been an effective pitcher this year. He's done a lot of pitching in relief, so kind of interesting to see how he wears here as the game goes on.
That ball got away from Nick Belter a little bit there, and Lindemann scooted down to second, putting him in scoring position here. This is what I'm talking about. I think we got to make sure we keep everything in front of us best we can. We can't take this lead for granted. It's never over against Kindred.
Oh, definitely. That's you want to, in a perfect world, you keep any of those runs off, but you definitely want to go after the batter there and at least sustain the lead for the inning. And that will get the runners from first, or runners on first and third with no outs. That's a tough one for Caden. You kind of feel like he got a pop up there, but it lands in no man's land and ends up being a hit instead of out there. It's the opposite of, someone really squaring one up and having it be caught.
Yeah, that was a tough one for Wes. That's was like in that what we call the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, I don't think he had any shot on that one, right? That was just way too far. Well, here we go, Bohr throwing it there, and they did get it. They did get that out.
Yeah, you don't. That's one of the times you really just don't see that a lot. You see it some, but not. It doesn't happen very often where you throw it all the way down, and sometimes that's why they cut the shortstop will cut that off, or the second baseman.
Yeah.
So they get that guy to run, and you can get him at home. But that was a good play.
Yeah, you understand what. You understand what Kindred was doing there. You're kind of playing the law of averages. But then when that ended up in Cole's hand, all of a sudden you feel pretty good about that from a Casselton perspective, because Cole's going to make a strong, accurate throw, and Nick made a nice tag there too. So here we go. We're sitting with one out. Guys on first and third, and hanging on to that 4-2 lead here.
I think that that last ground ball, there was a little bit of confusion between KT and Cole there. And that technically is Cole's ball.
No question. He's got the momentum going towards first there. But you can see, Caden hasn't gotten a ton of time there at second this year. So,
learning experience.
What you like is the fact that they both were aggressive going at it. But, like you say, that just like the catching thing that we saw earlier. that's you give an opportunity to kind of talk through that of what that looks like.
I can guarantee Swanee will let him know that that's Cole's ball. And like you said, it's always the guy that has the momentum toward first. Just like when that happens sometimes, like a slow dribbler in front of shortstop, the third baseman has that momentum and he'll take that ball. So, but again, KT will learn it, and he'll next time that happens, he'll know what to do.
Well, and in fairness there, that can be, just much like you call a ball in the air, there can be a little bit of that for balls on the ground too, because like Caden's blind to that. Caden's just being aggressive going after the ball.
No question.
So here we go. We got second and third, one out.
Strikeout would be huge here.
Yeah, definitely. We got even in the count. It's an interesting day for these guys. Like we say, Cole warmed up and got a chance to start and play a little bit in the game today, and then he pitches a second game, and now he's playing shortstop. You can kind of see him like stretching his arm every so often. It can be a long day on all body parts when you're doing that, and it's been a hot day too. Really nice in the stands and really nice in the shade, but the players don't have that luxury. Have a pretty warm day. So
and both fields they've played on today were both turf, which intensifies the heat.
Sure.
Especially at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was I think it was pretty toasty out there.
Sure. So Matthew Swanson's going to come and take a little conversation here with Barstead. We'll take that opportunity to take a quick break. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Casselton Parks and Recreation provides a wide range of programs, activities, and community events throughout the year. From parks, facilities, shelters, and outdoor spaces, they're perfect for gatherings, recreation, and enjoying a peaceful break in nature. Enjoy Cottonwood Golf Course for a fun and challenging round of golf for every skill level. To book a tee time or to find out more about Casselton Parks and Recreation, go online to CasseltonParks.com. That's CasseltonParks.com.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
We are back here in the top of the fourth inning. Kindred has something brewing with bases loaded and one out. And Coach Swanson did make a pitching change here. Sam Fletchock comes in. And it's looking like, we know for sure Caden Barstead is going out to the outfield. And my guess is he's going to left, and Hunter Hagness is staying in center, and Wes Overland staying in right based on just the way that they're kneeling out there. And then our guess on the infield is that Jackson Deutsch is heading over to third base. Cole Boer will stay at short. Caden Thompson will stay at second, and Jarrett Stahl will stay at first. And Nick Belter stays behind the plate here and will receive as Sam Fletchock pitches to him. We'll see, good opportunity here for Sam to come into a tough situation here. And this is Caleb Neer, the right fielder, coming into a bases loaded situation. And he gets the hit by pitch on the first pitch there. And we're going to have a 4-3 ball game with one out, bases loaded. And a very dangerous second baseman, Derek Stone, coming to the plate here with one out, bases loaded. And it's a precarious situation to be in here for Casselton post 15. Got the pop fly there. If Hunter looks like he's taking charge there. He did get the second out. Is he going to throw that in? Looks like a nice strong throw. Not quite in time to get him here, and we now have a tie ball game with 2 outs in the top of the 4th inning. Nice catch by Hunter. Nice strong throw. But a heads up base running with a kid just knowing that he can make it. And here comes Savageau with a chance to see if he can get a lead for his Kindred team here. There's a foul ball. Nice job by Fletchock inducing the fly out there. Now we got both runners in scoring position here. Savageau, if he can get a base hit here, most likely would give them a 2-run lead. So we'll see how Fletchock navigates this situation.
Must have been a little high. Looked good. I think it was probably a little high.
A little try there to see if they can pick him off at third. Interesting sky here as it starts getting darker. It still looks bright in some areas out in the left center field area. Really a pretty sky here tonight.
Feels like a possible rain shower later, but I just don't know. It looks like it might be raining a little bit further up north, but
nice hustle over there by Deutsch. He's trying to make the claim that he could have caught that, but I don't think so. I think nice catch in the dugout by the Kindred guy. But good hustle. Fun to see Deutsch hustle like that. Got a ball on the field there that Coach DeBoard picks up, throws back to the dugout. Full count, 2 outs. Definition of the payoff pitch here. There, he got him on the outside corner. Nice job by Fletchock there.
Great pitch.
And here we go as we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Basically a 0-0 game here. Keep watching to see what happens next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Your fields and yields against the wet conditions today and beyond with the Drain Tile Project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yield and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Welcome back here on YourLiveEvent.com. And Kale, I don't think it's too controversial to say Kindred has grabbed the momentum back here.
Yeah, I think Casselton's got to do something here to subside that, if you will. I think if they don't, it might be a tricky spin in the next half inning for the Casselton here.
Yeah, it's Swenson pitching here. If you're Casselton, you got to feel pretty good about this lineup. You got your second leadoff hitter up in a speedy and dangerous Hunter Hagnes, and you have your top up on deck here. So you'd really like to answer those 2 straight 2-run innings with something here. If Kindred's able to throw up another 0, then they fully have grabbed onto all that momentum.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens here.
Swenson looks like he's only got about 67 pitches, 68 now.
Okay.
So I think he's got, let's see if he's got.
This is probably his game.
Yeah, I would agree.
And I think Coach Swanson has to feel good about being able to go to Fletchock here with, starting out with Caden Barstead and going to Fletchock. That's, those are not bad options at all.
No.
So feeling good there, and really, this is anybody's game at this point.
Yeah. And off topic a little bit, I can see Irie. He's looking out. He's looking at the west skies here, and I can tell he's probably looking in case, we see a little bolt of lightning here. Because I can tell you right now, if it's, I don't know how close it is or whatever, but I can tell you that's part of his gig.
Yep. We know they're going to make the decisions in the best interest of the players and team here. And so keep one eye on that, one eye on the strike zone here.
Good cut.
Yeah, nice cut. Nice pitch.
Great cut, but a better pitch.
Yep, absolutely. And here comes Jackson Deutsch. Big first out there for Swenson and Kindred. I feel good about that. You want to keep Hunter off the base pass if you're Kindred.
Quite honestly, I think if Swenson here can control the top half of the Casselton lineup, I think it's fair to say, with the 3-4-5 coming up in the next inning, if that's where it needs to be. That's where it will be unless they score a run here, but
yeah, dangerous time. Dangerous right now for Casselton, and you really have to do whatever you can here to
put runs
squeak
across.
out a run or two here.
Yep, for sure. Yep, that's kind of imperative at this point. And that's a nice start there.
Boy, he's it's fun to watch. Like early in the year, you kind of boy, Jackson, we know he's going to be good at a lot of different things. But who knows how hitting's going to go, right? You didn't play in the spring, and you never know how that transition to Legion's going to be. Then even though you're not hitting with the top team, you get a little extra confidence there. You kind of watch harder pitching, and it helps here, doesn't it? It helps when you come back here and give you a little more confidence facing the Junior Legion.
Yeah,
pitcher.
There's no doubt, and he's 3 for 3 today, and he's got half of our hits.
Yeah, and haven't been weak ones either, right? He's and he's hit it to all fields. He had the one over the shortstop and third baseman. He hit a really hard screamer over second base, and then here was another one that's kind of in between both of those balls. So, kudos for Jackson.
Yep. One more reason for him to join that top team.
He moves up to second base.
That's a big. That's big there. Now we can get. Cole can get a base hit here. That's could change it a little bit.
Yeah, you feel good about Cole at the plate here with the runner in scoring position and less than 2 outs.
1-1 is the count. It's not up on the board, but.
Well, that was a good swing.
Yep. I think Cole wish he could have that one back.
No question that nice veteran move there by Quinn Irie, giving the catcher a little bit of time after taking that foul tip off the mask.
Yeah, it looks like it's a 1-2 count now to Boer.
Oh, hoping for new life there, and he gets it. It just drops her. But, boy, that was a great attempt there by Jordheim.
Yeah,
Jordheim was in mid-sprint on about his second step, I think, there.
Well, and quite honestly, he was a lot closer than I think he probably should have been.
Yeah.
I think it took him just a second to realize, but then when he did, he made that close. So, yeah, I think Cole can feel fortunate to be still in the batter's box right now.
Yeah, I didn't expect him to get close at all to that. Nice job. We've said that a few times about the Kindred players, so kudos to them and their hustle and kind of savviness to do that. They picked a good pitch to go on there. The ball ended up in the turf.
You know, I think Jordheim, you know, I don't know how much he catches, but if he's not a normal catcher, you just really don't know for sure because the way he moves his body laterally, that's kind of how I usually look at it. I try to look at a catcher with a lot of different things, but first thing I look at is how they move left and right with their body and keep their body square to the main field and not, you know, turning, and so try to keep the ball in front of them at all times. And he's been doing that pretty well. So if catching's not his primary, that's pretty amazing.
He's got some potential there.
He absolutely does. It's a good at bat, but again, Swenson
is a really good
he's
pitch
been
there.
Pitching really well tonight.
Yeah, that's a good, and that's a big out because there's just a lot more ways you can score that run at third with one out than with two. Obviously, still not impossible. Still got a shot to do it. There's just less of a percentage chance. And nice breaking pitch there against a really good hitter in Boer.
Yeah, I mean, with your number 2 hitter up there, and he just, I mean, Cole battled, but you can't say enough about how he battled that. You know, Swenson did, and he came out on top of that one. That's a big strikeout. Now your guys can play at normal depths.
Now this is when it's really big as your runner at third that you want to be, you know, you got to be careful not getting the back pick, but you really do want to be on your toes and be aggressive. If you happen to get a pass ball, that'd be a great way to sneak a run across here. Almost a hit by pitch.
There's one right there where, you know, normally I would, you know, encourage a guy, yeah, maybe you want to wear that, but that's not that one because that doesn't do us any good. Yeah, I want Jairus in the box. I want him to hit. So in this case, in my opinion, I want Jairus to hit versus just taking a walk on that. I don't think he's going to get anything pretty to look at either, quite honestly.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how navigates this at bat. You know, you really like to see he's up 2-0 here, and to your point, the type of hitter Jairus is, you want him to be looking for damage here. You want him to be swinging hard. There we go. There we go. He's going to get there. We like to see hustle down there the whole way. Nice score there, though.
That's a big score right there.
We get the now Deutsch scores there, and they're up 5-4. Jairus is on first base as Caden Barstead comes up to bat here, big lefty.
And just going back there to Deutsch's hit, and then him getting on second, him being aggressive on the base paths, just gave us the lead. So
yeah, he just caused a lot of havoc out there, you know, didn't he?
He absolutely did, because what happens now is that now he puts the pressure back on Kindred now. Okay, so yeah, we want to capitalize again with another guy in scoring position here with Barstead at the plate, but now, having said that, Kindred's got to come back and put at least one on the board to keep this game going. So,
yeah, going into this half inning, there was zero question that Kindred had all the momentum. Now there is a question. You know, now there really is a question. You got the one run at least back with the runner in scoring position now, and I don't think it's too much to say that Jackson went out and got that run himself.
He absolutely did.
You know, and to Kindred's credit, one thing that I've noticed, like whether it's Lindemann to start the game, whether it's Jordheim at catcher trying to get that fall, whether it's the third baseman Johnson trying to get the foul ball at the fence, like they're hustling as hard as they can after everything.
Yeah.
And you know, you like that all the time from your team. But I also think a little bit of that is this is a rivalry game, right? You know, everybody wants this just a little bit more than usual.
And quite honestly, I know how they're coached at the Legion level. You know, Josh Almaris does a fantastic job from top to bottom. That's a big hit. An even better play.
What a
dandy. That's got to be right up there with our GPT or our
no question. I mean, that's it because that's another run.
That's a run saver. It absolutely is a run saver. Good play there by Stone.
And really, Barstead just hammered that ball. He did everything you possibly would want. And boy, we've mentioned Derek Stone a few times, haven't we?
Yeah, he is. Tell you what, he's going to be a nice player. He's going to be one to watch down the road here. I think he is. Number one, he is a catcher because he is just he just looks the part. Number one. Number two, I think he's an absolute dog competitor. I think he just wants it.
Yeah, you know what I like about it too is like, let's say even if he doesn't project at catcher or second base or whatever. I have no issues with the coaching staff saying he helps us win right now where he's at. Like I don't care. Let's say at the top Legion level, you end up being a right fielder, left fielder, whatever. Doesn't matter to me if he can help you win right now at this level. You use him. So kudos to them. Let's take a quick break here. Keep watching here on YourLiveEvent.com. It's getting interesting here as we head to the fifth.
Stay up to date all year long with Your Live Event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search Your Live Event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at YourLiveEvent.com.
Sorry, got here a little bit late there. There's a little lead-off hit there by Swenson, the pitcher. It just got over the infield and just dropped in front of Caden Barstead in left field. We've watched Caden really come get balls like that in front of him all year. Maybe that was just a little too far. But as you mentioned, 3-4-5 up for Kindred. And at least so far they got something brewing here. Jacob Pearson coming up with a guy on first base and no outs after the big run.
Casselton could use a ground ball here.
Absolutely. Keep that lead runner in check. Yeah, strikeout would work too. But either way, you got a run on first base, and so far Sam's doing a good job of keeping him there. Jonah Tholkus is in at first base.
Kind of a jack of all trades tonight.
Yeah, we like what you like about Jonah is no matter where you put him, he's gonna give you all the effort you could ever want, right? And we'll take that all day, every day.
Yep. No. I think his goal is just put me on the field. I don't care where.
Yep. There he got the strikeout, and Belter. I know Belter's hurting. There is just no question in my mind that hurts. But you can see the competitive spirit in him. He threw that ball down to second as hard as he possibly could, and I guarantee he's going to feel that, and he's going to pay for that. But it tells you a little bit about Nick Belter, seeing him do that.
Yeah, no question. He is shaking his arm a little bit, so you just hope that he can get through this. And there you go from Sam right away, get him out. Yep,
nice play by Fletchock there. And that's a shortstop, Lindemann, who we've been impressed with. But Sam, those can be tricky. And a guy that in Jonah that hasn't played much first at all, it can be tricky of what do you go after, when do I cover first, what do I cover. So good job by both Fletchock and Jonah, and KT's making his way over there too, Caden Thompson. So now we got a really interesting situation. Casselton's holding on to that very narrow one-run lead, and you got a runner at third with 2 outs, and I feel like every hitter in the Kindred lineup is a dangerous hitter. So here's Isaac Johnson, the third baseman. We'll see. This is good baseball right here.
Yep, it certainly is. This is where you want to be.
There's a hard ground ball, and that's to Deutsch, who has not played a lot of first base, and we think that is a game. We think that's it there. I have a feeling as we go through the awards, you may hear about Jackson Deutsch again tonight. Let's start with explaining once again what the Agassiz Award is. So Precision Blade of the Game, Agassiz Precision Ag. Your local precision planting dealer, Agassiz Precision Ag in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. That's where we're going to pick out the best defensive play that we remember. And the next one will be the HTC connection of the game. Some big hit. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone. It's how to connect. HalsteadTel.com. And then last but not least, the Enbridge player of the game. Life takes energy. Enbridge. Energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. We will go to a quick break. We will discuss it, and then we'll hand out some hardware when we come back. Keep watching on YourLiveEvent.com.
Partnership is a way of life here in the Northland. It's about pitching in to help our neighbors, making lending decisions locally, honoring long-term commitments to farmers, Main Street businesses, teams, schools, and rural communities. We're more than just a bank. We're a community partner, working constantly and diligently to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. Bank North, always true.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neillsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsboro, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at Agassiz Precision Ag, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way. Someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
At Casselton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Casselton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Casselton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471. Casselton Parks and Recreation provides a wide range of programs, activities, and community events throughout the year. From parks, facilities, shelters, and outdoor spaces, they're perfect for gatherings, recreation, and enjoying a peaceful break in nature. Enjoy Cottonwood Golf Course for a fun and challenging round of golf for every skill level. To book a tee time or to find out more about Casselton Parks and Recreation, go online to CasseltonParks.com. That's CasseltonParks.com.
All right, we are back. Little bit of back and forth there, kind of fun. It was a really good game for a 5-inning game. Enjoyed it all the way. Getting a little cool out there. I think we're going to get some weather like you had predicted. So, okay, first off, Agassi Precision Play of the Game, Agassi Precision Egg, your local precision planting dealer, Agassi Precision Egg in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. In the last inning there, we really went on and on about the Sam hopping off the mound and getting that second out.
That's
talk about that a little bit.
I think, it may seem simple, but with a guy that I don't know, I mean, he probably pitches a little, he probably doesn't, but I can tell you right now, Jonah does not play a lot of first base.
Right.
So it would be such an easy thing for Jonah to just say, hey, I'm going to go get that ball. Well, then Sam's going after it, and we don't have anybody to cover first. Sam hops off the mound as best he can, gets that ball, makes a play, gets the out at first. Again, may seem simple, but that was a key play there, because if he doesn't get that, it's basically guys on first and second with one out. And you just don't know what could happen after that. So I think the Agassi play of the game has got to be Sam there.
All right, excellent. The next one will be the HTC connection of the game. Discover local reliability you can trust. Halstead Telephone. It's how to connect. HalsteadTel.com. This is one. There's a few of them that we could have talked about, and but when you think about, you lose to your rival in the first game, and you're kind of wondering how they're going to react. Very early in this game, this young man showed us, we plan to win the second game. So talk a little bit about the connection of the game.
So Jackson comes up, leads off, gets a single and fly ball, whatever. And then Cole Boer comes up, gets a good single. I believe Jackson was on second at that point, and Cole's line drive scored Jackson to get to the first run of the game. And really, why we feel like this was because after a hard-fought game in Game 1, he came back, got the run started, got the scoring started, and I think that was a huge first. Okay, here we go. We're going to take this one by the horns and get it going.
Yeah. All right. So lastly, Enbridge player of the game. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. This guy really impressed us all night, all game. And down the stretch. Talk a little bit about Jackson Deutsch.
I can't talk enough about Jackson Deutsch. I just can't. And the reason being is because played for the Haymakers in a hot one today. Played 2 hard ones tonight. Kid played, 20 innings of baseball today. So, and then 3 for 3 at the plate in Game 2. Just amazing, from that kid. He does a lot of everything. He caught Game 2 or caught the end of Game 1. He just does whatever you tell him to, and he does it with some intensity, and is to win the game. So, I think the 3 for 3 tonight in that second game, no strikeouts, gets him the player of the game.
Yeah, you talk about like you said, he caught when whatever it takes for the team. Obviously, he's super comfortable in center field. He, by the way, makes a nice play on a hard hit at third base, which he probably hasn't played all year this year, and throws over to first base. And then, like we talked about, not only was he 3 for 3, that last inning he just went out and got a run by himself. He ripped that up the middle. I can't even remember how he got to second base. He stole third, gets home on the pass ball. He just flat out. He was just a pest and went out there and did whatever he could to help them beat Kindred tonight.
He certainly did, and quite honestly, he willed that game really at the end. He thought, okay, I got this single here. I can't remember exactly how he ended up getting, and I'm going to check here because it's going to bug me if I don't. So that was the bottom of the 4th. Stahl got on, and I think that was after that. So I think he actually got himself over by stealing to get to second, and then I think he got the third on a pass ball. At any rate, the kid just did what it needed to do to get the win tonight, and that just goes to show you that's the kind of guy we want at the top level.
Yeah, and well, really at every level, right? Like he and really both sides treated us to something in that second game, and I would say the first game too. But like, you know, we talked about how ton of hustle plays from the Kindred side. You know, we talked about Nick Belter, very obviously right arm hurting, throws as hard as he can down to second there to try to cut the guy down there at second. You know, just really great examples of both teams putting team before self there, and it really made it a lot of fun to watch.
And it absolutely did. And quite honestly, I think that, you know, Stone playing second base, and quite honestly, that play in the bottom half of the fourth, that was an absolutely huge play. You know, I think had they won, that would have been your play of the game.
No question. No question.
And
that ball was smoked by Kane.
It absolutely was, and that's actually going to score a run there if, you know, he doesn't catch that. So the kid's got an absolutely bright future, and a lot of these kids from Kindred played hard, and I think it's going to be. I don't see this rivalry going anywhere soon. You know,
nope,
it's the way it should be.
Nope, we're better because of each other.
Absolutely,
There's no question.
Without question. I think that we bring out the best in each other, and that's why I love this rivalry so much, because they get the best out of us, and I think we get the best out of them. So, love the game. It was an amazing, fun night tonight.
Well, it looks like we may need to beat some weather here to our cars. So for Brady Peterson, who was on the PA tonight, great job by him. Kale Lewis, who is on color. I'm Brent Everson. Thanks for watching here on yourliveevent.com, and we'll see you at the next one.
Have a good night.
Take care.